Wag wag lids, before we start today's amazing episode of the Have a Word podcast, we need to tell you about our Patreon, which is the biggest Patreon in UK comedy.
Yes, it is. Starts from just £3 a month. From just £3 a month, you get an extra episode every single week, exclusive to Patreons, which is up to 90 minutes long. You get 48 hours early access to these public episodes and access to the entire Patreon back catalogue, which goes all the way back to last summer.
And the money we make from the Patreon, we put back into the Patreon. We've been making Patreon specials. These are so popular. They include the Ghost Hunt, the live show. We've got more in the pipeline. But the big ones are the lockdown lock-ins, where we got shit-faced in this studio, recorded it all, and turned out some amazing podcasts.
They're amazing, the lockdown lock-ins, and worth signing up for alone. But on top of everything we've already said, you get discounts on merch and early access to live show tickets, which is a big one because the live Have a Word shows, they sell out almost immediately on Patreon every single time. And on top of that, me and Dan are going on tour, and every time we add a new date, Patreons get access to it first. I'm going on tour from February. Dan's on tour from September next year. You can get tickets for my tour at adamrowe.co.uk/shows and Dan's tour at
DanNightingale.com. Sign up to the Patreon, £3 a month. The best deal in all of UK comedy.
I think it's the best deal in worldwide Patreon. That's how far I'd go. Sign up, enjoy the episode. It's going to be a belter.
Pud.
Welcome.
Laura's pissed me off this morning.
Oh, yes.
Oh, dear.
I'm not happy. Oh, I'm not happy.
What's she done now?
I was hugging her, trying to get a little bit of love.
Trying to get some puss.
I'm sort of laying the foundations to maybe get some puss in April, right? I'm putting a planning permission in for the pom pom. Treat the lady right. I just hugged her, and you know when sometimes when you hug and then your partner's arms like that, but then this one's a bit Jeremy Beadle, like hello,
bit Nemo.
Yeah. Take my strong hand.
You're like, there's nowhere for it to go. She got trapped there, and her hand like I was there in my little jammy bottoms, and her hand just was just basically rested on my dick, and she squeezed it a little bit and gave it a fucking voice and went, hello.
I hate that.
I used to do a routine about this with an ex-girlfriend who used to make my dick sing.
Mate,
It's the biggest turn-off ever.
it's never happened before. And I know it's not the biggest dick, but if you're going to do the, hello, why is it a little cockney? It's like, oh, hello, I'm Dan's dick. She did that. Not that I'm expecting it to be like, would the fuck up. I get it. I got 3.5 inches, 4 inches on a warm day of dick. But hello, I'm Dan's little homeless cockney, like a fucking cast member from Oliver.
So my ex, when I used to finish like doing the biz, she would just grab me knob and just like going woo, like just playing with it. And then one time, then it's true.
How old was she?
What?
How old was she?
This was my most recent ex-girlfriend.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
And one time she pulled me foreskin back, opened me bell end, and made it look like it was singing Ave Maria.
It's the biggest turn-off.
Like she used me knob lips as lip lips.
Knob lips.
Like a little blind chorister. Have you seen the Worm Choir play? Now, that's fine. Where in the choir did she pitch the voice?
I don't think she thought it through that much.
Right, because Laura, this morning, pitched me at a fucking soprano. Hello, I'm Dan's little dick.
Sounds like Joe
I
Pasquale.
want to be... no, exactly. I want to be at least a tenor. Hello, I'm Dan's dick. Again, he doesn't need to speak. Hello, what's this?
I want mine to be like a scouse dick. Just to be like...
Of course you fucking do.
Like he's hard, he's confident.
What is?
He knows what he is and he's happy with it.
What, you want your dick to ask for 50p to look after your car while you're at the match? All right, lad. Bit of fucking security for you.
It's got 110s on.
I just want him to be like, what's happening?
Yeah.
I'm a dick, aren't I? And there's nothing wrong with that.
Scouse dick, not English dick. You'll never wank alone. Sorry. Sorry about that.
That was good.
Was that all right?
Yeah, well done.
I feel like that's what, like, I get that I'm like
not an honorary Scouser, but I'm close to like, I feel like I'm probably a year away from John Moore's being like, we've got a degree for you, Dan. And he stood there like Marcus Rashford at the uni. But I feel like you'll never walk alone jokes. So like, I feel like both of you went, oh, Dan.
No, Liverpool people have like famously got a really good sense of humour, and we laugh at anything that comes our way.
What?
Not everything, though.
What do you mean?
For good reason.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I just feel like...
Funny how?
What am I, a fucking clown? I just feel like I was hanging around with my black friends then and then rapped along to one of their songs. It had that vibe. So...
Sam pissed me off last night.
Good. It's not a screech, but that was me. Yeah. Yes, Adam.
Do you know? Right? Do you ever have this? Do you know when you can tell the person you're with is annoyed at you, but they refuse to accept that they're annoyed at you?
Yeah.
So they're like, I'm not, and then that drives me mad because you're telling a barefaced lie.
Whoa, fucking hell, calm down. Maybe that makes it worse.
No. Like, if someone's like, I'm not annoyed, and you're like, no, you are, tell me what's wrong. And they're like, I'm not annoyed. You're like, you are, tell me what's wrong. It's fine. Just tell me what's up. No, because they're just lying to your face. Or they're just lying.
I'm not.
Yeah.
And then the next layer of that is, you've put me in this mood now by asking me that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No, you were already there.
I've got no time for it whatsoever. I'm just like, stop fucking lying and tell me what's nothing wrong. Well, fuck off to bed then. Fuck off. I haven't spoke today, by the way.
She's in a bad mood. Shock. Fuck off to bed. It's 6:30.
Oh,
Go on. Fuck, get on my sight.
You're not even finishing the chase. Bed.
No supper.
Yeah, it just drives. Do you know what you got annoyed
So
by?
have you not worked out what it is?
No, I know exactly what it was.
Oh, here we
so
go.
we're planning the New York
CSI
trip.
fucking relationship.
We're planning the New York trip. And she was like, so what days are you going to be gigging on? I was like, well, the way New York comedy clubs work, or the week before, that's when they sort of book everything. I might get 2 weeks in advance or 3 because I'm coming from abroad, but I won't know for another few weeks. And she was like, so like the Friday and Saturday, I was like, well, the Friday and Saturday I'll probably do a few shows. And she went, you told me you'd do a maximum of 1 gig every night. And I went, I didn't, because I would never say that out loud because it's a lie. It's absolute bullshit. Because some comedy clubs force you to do more than 1 set, and I don't even need to be forced. I want to do it. She was like, right.
Oh, they don't just go, where do you want to do 1 set? They're like early, late, minimum.
Yeah. So I was like, so the Friday and Saturday, you know, I'll be doing a few sets. And she was like, right. And I went, what? What's the matter? She was like, nothing. I was like, no, there clearly is something wrong. She was like, no. And then 2 hours later, she was like, yeah, well, you know, it's my first time in New York. We're trying to plan stuff, and I didn't know how much you were going to be working. I was like, well, I told you I'd be gigging on at least 4 or 5 of the nights. She was like, yeah, but I thought that'd be 1 set a night. I was like, well, you told me I said that, and I know I never said that. And it took hours to get there, and I was like, we're going for my 30th. I'm paying for us both to go. And
it's my birthday and I'll gig if I want to.
Yeah. I was like, you are fucking, we're doing what I want to do. Went to London for your birthday. I boxed all that off, give you everything you fucking wanted.
Let you do 2 spots at the store. You did top secret.
Like, I was like, I've told you 2 days that I'm going to be gigging on. 2 out of 8. And there'll be more.
8's a long time in New York as well.
It is. There's plenty of time to do fucking everything.
Are you going to book gigs out of spite?
I genuinely, at one point last night, nearly messaged every comedy club I've got the email for and tried to book everything in.
I'm looking to do 8 a night.
At one point last night, she was like, you're not going to gig on your birthday, are you? I was like, well, I won't if you don't want me to, but I'd like to. She's like, you want to gig on your birthday? I was like, don't think you understand that I love this shit. And a big attraction with going to New York for me is getting to do New York comedy clubs. So yeah, I would absolutely gig on my birthday. And I think I'm actually going to book that one in now because it's my birthday and I'll gig if I want to.
Wow.
There's a gig in New York that's great that only runs on Tuesdays.
What's it called?
Comedy Juice.
Okay.
At Gotham.
In my head,
the main room of Gotham. We arrive on a Tuesday
Shrewsbury.
and my birthday's on the Tuesday. So I'm either going to have to do it the second we fucking land or on my birthday. And I want to do it on my birthday.
Cool.
I know the guy who books it. And he said I can do it.
Are you venting here?
Yeah. I feel like you're annoyed at me.
Yeah.
I'm letting you gig. You gig when you want, sweetheart.
We're not sponsored by Starbucks. Please turn the cup back around.
Oh, no, we are.
Are we?
The placement now. It's only me though. They're giving me 10 grand an episode.
Right. Didn't think you'd get us on that, no?
I don't want you to drink it.
I'm sponsored by Rockstar Energy Drink.
What's
gave
with
me
the
a
fucking
case.
sponsorships going on?
Oh my God.
Fuck them. Give a fuck.
But yeah.
How you doing a couple of podcasts when you're out there as well?
Yeah. I've already got Are You Garbage booked in.
Love those guys.
They're great.
I actually listened to that pod.
I think Schultz is going to get me into Flagrant 2, and there's an Irish lad called Colm Tittle, who I know quite well, and he's put me in touch with Legion of Skanks, Bobby Kelly. There's just a few that he's like, you could just do all of these while you're there. I want to try and do like
Very
4 or
fun.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam's going to have such a good time.
She is, though.
On her own on fucking 5th.
Like, it takes an hour to go and do a podcast, doesn't it? And they're all in Manhattan, so I can literally nip in and go. Like, she'll one time on her own. Like, I'm keeping the evenings free. We can
It's
go
your
for that.
birthday.
And it's my birthday!
It's not just your birthday, sweetheart. It's 30th.
Me 30th.
You do you, babe.
Yeah. Do you know what women do?
Oh, here we go.
Fucking hell, mate.
Not fucking podcast. Oh, they do actually.
Do you know what they do?
Trusty hogs.
They act like, when they're in a relationship with you,
All killer.
that like your birthday is somehow also their birthday.
My birthday is called Serica's birthday eve because it's the day before.
Yeah, but that's different.
It's probably like
My missus's birthday is in fucking July. And do you know when we were looking for venues for my birthday? She's like, I don't feel like, I don't, I think, and I was like, shut up.
she rapping.
What?
Sounds like she was rapping.
Just like, shut up. I've told you I love this place. I think, I don't want to, shut up. It's my birthday.
Do you want to clip this out and send it to her?
Yeah.
I am pretty sure you're going to marry this woman, and I am semi-positive you're going to divorce her. Just the way you are. You're so strong-willed, and it's great. It's great. But there is points where you're like, not to sound like a fucking cook, where you're like, if you're arsed, I can't be arsed being arsed. Like, you I know that's maybe...
I do that with a lot of stuff.
Right.
Like
But I
the
suppose
other
it's your birthday, innit? You can.
Like yesterday, I was making a bolognese. I'd put green peppers in it. She was like, I don't like green peppers, so I only put a few in.
Sorry. You need a job. Are you getting work at the UN when you're out there in New York? Doing a few spots. Doing a few spots at the gigs. Gonna do a few podcasts. Also gonna work in the diplomatic wing of the United Nations. I ate green peppers. They bring me out in a rash. All right, I'll only put 4 in. You're crying. I know, babe. I love you. Call it 3. In they go. My fucking pasta. My fucking pepper. Good God.
I didn't put mushrooms in it because she doesn't like them.
Do you like mushrooms?
Love mushrooms.
Oh, mushrooms are power.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, I do love mushrooms in a bolognese as well.
I fucking hate mushrooms.
Oh, child.
Yes. When have I hid that? I've got the palate of a fucking 8-year-old. Sounded wrong.
Fucking fin.
The problem is...
It's got the palate of an 8-year-old who's only got one colour paint.
I'm gonna, do you want to do it again? No. It's her holiday though. It is, so it's your birthday, but it is her. I'm just
It's
playing.
my holiday that she is
devil's
lucky to be
wank
invited on.
I'll go. I'm stepping. I'm like joining the fighter as a backup.
Yeah,
I'm the backup for the holiday.
100%.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if her attitude doesn't fucking sort itself out, he'll be coming.
Yeah. And I'll be fat. You go all the clubs you want, mate.
Yeah.
Are you going to need some time alone, Carl?
I love being on my own.
He'll come and
holiday.
produce the podcasts.
Oh,
Fire.
better than all them cunts.
Really grateful for the opportunity.
Well, what are you garbage boys? Basically, I've said it before. They do such a good job of what we do. Your birthday is the eve of Serica's birthday.
Yeah, 24th February, mine, 25th hers.
I think that's fucking perfect, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's great because we get to go away together. Like, we always go away for our birthday.
Can't forget it.
They can start shagging at 5 to midnight, and by 5 past they've both come, and it's for both of them.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that famous thing that you do on your birthday. Like
But
a weird shagging New Year's Eve. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, the thing that men get on their birthday, like traditionally, is anal, innit? So at 5 to be starting at arse,
Quite
and at
traditional.
midnight he has to pull it out.
It's quite we had quite a traditional relationship as well.
What tradition? Traditionally?
You know, birthday tradition, get bummed.
What?
Yeah, starts raining up. It's his birthday. Takes out, finishes it with his mouth.
Have you been there?
We have different traditions in Cheshire. Your little Scouse Day, lad. It's me birthday. I'm going deep. I'm going in.
But yes, she calls my birthday Eve to piss me off.
I like your missus so much that I'm not taking your side on it. I'm like, good for you.
No,
sorry
she's
for you.
allowed. But
that's nice, isn't it? Because you get to plan it. You can't forget a birthday or whatever. You're doing the presents at the same time.
Well,
the weekend aways for both of you.
Well, we always go on holiday, and then I plan her birthday, she plans mine. So we've been to Iceland, Paris, New York, and then Amsterdam. And then, like, it's just a day to plan each.
Oh, it's nice.
Dead easy.
Yeah. I've told Sam she can plan me birthday and maybe one more, but the rest I need to have a big say in. Because I'm not going to New York with no idea of what I'm doing.
No. It's great.
I can't believe you've never been to New York, Dan. So you.
I know, just having this conversation makes me think. I think I've got, well, that's what I was going to do for my 40th last year, which became a Five Guys cheeseburger in a fucking car park in a Volvo V40 with a squawking family.
Which is a close second.
It
is a close second. A lot of people say, where do you want to go for your birthday? Cheshire Oaks. Not even Cheshire Oaks, the Coliseum, which is the shit bit next to Cheshire Oaks. In where? Ellesmere Port, which is second only to New York and Rotherham. Well, I wanted to do the road trip, but I'd love to see New York. I'd also love to see LA. But there's something in me that wants to go and do that. Talked about it ages ago, maybe even last year, about doing the NFL game, the college game, and a high school game. As long as I can, that's obviously not something you can just wander up like. You know that? Can I watch the children play? So
is it not just ticketed college football?
There's a famous route you can follow in New York, isn't there? And like you stop at each bit, and every bit is a famous prostitute murder.
Right, that's a slightly different holiday, innit?
Yeah.
What's it called?
The sex
Route
69.
If you wonder why Adam went so quiet, it was because he was cooking that up. Route 69. And there's Sam watching this going, oh, another day ruined. I had that planned. Like this. So I'd like to do it, but I think that's deep south. Something about me wants to go to the south. I know New York's fucking amazing. I want to go to Bumblefuck, Alabama, and see what it's like.
Do you think you're welcome?
Because, I think, because...
White.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if they're...
Would you put the accent on while you're there?
Oh, shit, boy. Hell yeah.
In that top as well.
Hell yeah. No, I think I'd lean into the English thing. Definitely.
Yeah.
It's the one commodity, innit, when you're over there. Because how many...
Are you British?
How many English people get in Bumblefuck, Alabama? Like, I'm sure, obviously, those deep south states have had a horrific, all joking aside, history with civil rights and racism, and well, I'm sure it's...
What?
Yeah.
What?
What? It got quite nasty.
Mississippi State, what? It got bad. Doing a little... Here's the history of his black history. Fucking got eggy there. Fine now, though.
For a couple of centuries.
I've had a march. All good.
Dan's reduced Black History Month to Black History 30 seconds.
Fucking
nightmare.
I tell you what, absolute fucking nightmare initially. Not good in the middle. Now, pretty sound. Yeah, pretty sound. All right.
I think we should go to New York as a team and do a New York live show. Assuming, because coronavirus is still here, I suppose, assuming COVID is kept under wraps or kept under the cosh, as it sort of seems to be at the minute, or being ignored, whatever. As long as there's no restrictions, I think it's just sometime in
be maintained, isn't it? Basically,
I think sometime in 2022, late 2022, we should go and try and do a New York live show.
Could we not do podcast records too? Would you do like we do have a word podcasts with New York
We'll hire a little studio in New York.
Oh, you sexy little cunt. Good thinking.
Yeah.
Just do a week of hour-long records, bang them out, put them on the Patreon, patreon.com/haveawordpod. What?
I think we should try and do a New York live show late 2022.
Yeah.
I think that should be a goal
And
from
then-
this moment on.
Get a flight down to somewhere in the south just to do one really gammy bumblefuck Alabama live show. Hey,
Crocodiles.
the
as
fuck you
security guards.
talking about, boy? Say wag wag one more goddamn time. What the fuck is a lid? The fuck?
I love how in your head we've managed to sell this place out to people who've never seen a moment of the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know what any of this means. Why would you say goodbye to someone and kiss them on the asshole?
That don't make no goddamn sense. Who the fuck is this guest? Is Shane Akbar? Hell no, boy.
He would be welcome.
I don't think he'd get into the country.
He'd be my first booking. Bumblefuck Alabama live show with Ishan.
Dan, have you got a criminal record?
Ooh. You can't get into New York with a criminal record or America in general.
You haven't got one, have you? I feel like you have.
What have you done?
Why? What do you think I've done?
Something shit.
Biggest pussy hole going.
Yeah, but you
shit.
just give off a vibe of someone who did something once and then changed his
Like
life.
you let your hedge go too long into the next door neighbour and something happened like that.
Sorry, what?
Like
You think that's going to stop you getting in America?
breaching.
Being a selfish gardener?
You've got a vibe of someone who ran over a dog, panicked and reversed to make sure it was dead and couldn't tell its story.
Right.
But you hit the owner when you reversed.
So I killed someone with my car.
Yeah.
I got that vibe.
Yeah.
That's quite a specific vibe, isn't it? Dan, you've got this vibe.
Murdery.
Yeah.
Murder with a car vibe.
You have got a clean record though.
Got a vibe of someone who was once in debt and assaulted a bailiff.
Right. Are you talking about your own vibes? Because you literally give off that vibe hard. And it would be for something so innocuous, like, yeah, once I dropped some chewing gum, and then in the end, after about 19 failed court appearances, I had to kill a bailiff. I blame Wrigley's.
So accurate.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Are you clean though?
I give off the vibe of someone that could have got caught with drugs. And I could have, and then that would. But I never dealt with drug dealers, very rarely dealt with drug dealers, because I freaked them out.
Have you ever dealt drugs?
No, what the fuck are you talking about?
In college?
Me turning up to the safe house of some fucking
Yeah, but it goes under the
Chechen
radar, doesn't it?
drug lords. Hello! I, honestly, we
Why
had
would you
one
put that
dealer
voice
that
on?
basically said, don't bring that cunt again, because I tried to make too much small talk and like be friendly, and they just wanted someone to be like, have you got drugs? Yeah, some drugs. I was like, hi, you all right? What, are you having a good night? Like I was talking to him like, you know, like the over-friendly guy with a taxi driver. Had a busy night? Made any drug sales? Bloody good.
Tammy on till.
Time on till. Have a safe one. Okay, can I get a receipt, please? This will be tax deductible. No, I've never been good with drug dealers. So I was the one who was like, should we get some drugs? I don't know how to.
Would you sell heroin?
Would I do?
Would you sell
Or
heroin?
would I sell heroin?
Yeah.
Who to?
Smackhead?
Who's my circle of? These are my friends right now. You lot and some of the other parents from my daughter's school.
Get them addicted.
Get them addicted.
I'll buy the heroin off you, and then I'll sell it on.
Yeah. Start a smack ring.
So, what? Right. So you'll let me be part of the. So do I have to go to the Chechen drug lords?
Yeah.
They're always Chechen.
You can sell it to me at a small profit, and then
Right.
I'll sell it to Finn, and he can start the real heroin gang.
Right. Have we just invented the second version of county lines? You'll buy it from the dealer, then we'll get it in Liverpool, and then we'll pass
just
it on.
don't think anyone's
to,
tried.
to Welsh seaside towns.
Think can be the pusher.
I don't think anyone's tried a pyramid scheme with Smack.
I think you've just described county lines. I'm not joking.
What is county lines?
It's dealers in Liverpool getting teenage lads to go on the train to fucking Rill to basically make kids in Rill get in debt to them and then sell drugs in Rill. There's like 14, 15-year-olds rolling around with knives selling weed, speed, pills and coke in seaside towns. And you basically just accidentally came up with the business model.
So what you're saying is it's a proven business
Yes, it
model.
works.
It works.
It definitely works.
So why
it
aren't we
definitely
doing
works.
it? Have away drugs, new business venture.
Or we write a sitcom about like The Sopranos in real with a load of 15-year-olds going, "You fucking owe me weed money, you prick," with a South Wales accent because I can't do real.
Would you sell drugs though if you landed on hard times? If the podcast was gone and Laura was gone, so Laura's gone, podcast's gone. Laura's gone to
What?
do a podcast.
What?
Both are all gone.
No, not the first one. The second. What did he say?
Podcast gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh!
We're all dead.
don't say that. Steve as well. Holy
Steve
shit.
killed us all and killed himself.
Sort of makes sense. We should have just given him more hours. What does he do? Murder.
So the job centre won't let you. Won't let
The
you.
first one I'm used to. The second one's upsetting. I can rebuild a life, not a pod. Go on.
So Laura's gone. Podcast
Fine.
gone. Job centre are like, you don't qualify for
Anything.
Anything. You're handing your CV into like Greg's the Bakers, but they're like, you look like you eat all the pasties. No,
Your skin's horrible.
right? So, would you then consider being a smack dealer? Could you live with knowing that you're getting people on the smack
Yeah.
and ruining their
If
lives?
the other option is Amazon delivery guy, I might try selling smack.
Well, that would be your cover, wouldn't it?
Amazon.
Amazon delivery guy, and you just knock on the
Yeah.
door. You're like, "There's your copy of Shrek 2.
Yeah.
Do you want any smack?"
Why do you know what's in the package?
And then still take a picture of it. Here's your heroin. Can you just stand back, please? We need to take a picture of it. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, you weren't in. I've had to leave your heroin with the people at number 23.
You put the maddest Amazon delivery drivers.
Right.
There's your copy of Shrek 2. I know what's in there. Packed it myself.
Copy of Shrek 2. Like it's not just available on every streaming service for free. No, I actually want a covered copy.
It's a signed copy.
A signed copy.
Signed by.
Shrek.
Signed by.
Mike Myers
Oh, he was in Shrek. Fair play.
and Eddie Murphy
Oh, and Eddie Murphy.
and Cameron Diaz.
Okay.
Yeah, signed by all three of them.
And it's off Amazon.
They're the main ones. And John Lithgow. Yes.
Wasn't
he
in
a
the
dart
second
player?
one. Oh. John Lithgow.
And I mean this. Fuck you, Finn.
Isn't he a dart player?
John Lithgow. Yeah. Third dart from the... What?
Who do you think?
Who's John Lithgow?
Dart herd.
An artist. An actor.
An actor through the art of acting.
An artist. Ridiculous. No, because...
Yeah, but you're making them happy. They want smack.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. You're providing a really important
Not just
service.
smack. You can be like, I've got smack, got a bit of MDMA, got a bit of coke, got a bit of
Those
weed,
two don't sell
got a bit of
together.
ecstasy.
Your knowledge of drugs is mental.
One
It's
drugs.
just you. Hey, I've got two types of drugs. What are you into? Weed or heroin? It's almost like drug addicts. Like your perception of drug addicts is like, oh, like people choosing what they have for the tea when they're at the co-op. Oh, I had spag bol last night. I'll have
No, but you could
pizza
do-
tonight. Then that's not what drug addicts are like. They're not like, do you know what? I've had smack Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, I'll have some MDMA.
But you never know. You could
No,
do
I
like
do know.
You could do like a Christmas hamper of
A
drugs
meze.
just to get you over the holidays.
Like people are, oh, chili jam. Oh, methamphetamine. I'll have this with some crackers.
Yeah. My
My
mate's a butcher,
Whoa.
and I went to him the other day. He's putting like a Christmas hamper together from his butcher's business, and you get like sausages, chicken breast, lamb cutlets. You don't have all them on the same day. You spread them out, don't you?
Yeah.
It's the same with drugs.
It's just the same.
Or, do you know when you put like a goose in a chicken? Put
Yeah.
some smack in some lemo or something?
Yeah.
Have a
Right.
good fucking...
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
So a nice little hamper, a little drugs hamper.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Bow on it.
you fill it out with weed. The more expensive stuff, there's probably less of it. You know, like in a really good hamper, there might be a little pot of caviar if you're buying for a Tory nonce. But like, it's
Soup. Loads of soup.
yeah. So the weed sort of packs it out a little bit. Few bags of lemo. You know, few bags of MDMA. Bags of MDMA.
What's the caviar of drugs?
Heroin.
Is it?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Yeah.
Or
Is that the most
really like
expensive?
pure coke.
Flake.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
Dead, pure.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
cut with any shite.
All right, yeah. Like really expensive cheeses that get brought in from different places.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a lovely, lovely Coke, this.
Yeah.
Matured. This is the brie of Coke.
I went to Brie as well. It's weird, that, isn't it?
Dutch cheese.
Ah,
Yeah.
good Coke. Shall we have an interval? Starving
Yeah, let's have an interview.
for Coke. Adam, get off your phone. We're going to do a Manscaped ad.
I'm reading what they want us to say.
All right, we'll crack on.
Hello, ho, 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 gentlemen. The holiday season is upon us. And this week's episode, like many others, is brought to you by our partners at Manscaped.com. They've just released a body wash and a shampoo that goes on top of the Performance Package 4.0, including the lawnmower. This is the best in below-the-belt grooming for men worldwide. And with this podcast, you get a bit of discount and free shipping worldwide with the promo code WORD20.
They do.
They do. Dan's a great help with adverts. You shave your balls, your missus will smoke at the pipe with the face a little bit more often.
And she could use it to trim the pum-pum.
She can. And there's the weed whacker. You can shove that up your nose. You won't have hairy nose or ear strolls anymore.
And her arse.
And an arsehole. Shave her arsehole. Shave everything you can possibly find hair on in your house. Shave the cat. You can do whatever you want with the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 and you'll get 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the promo code WORD20. In all seriousness, these products are the absolute dog's shaving bollocks and they make a perfect Christmas present. So go and get yourself some stuff right now and enjoy the rest of the episode.
Peace.
Can I just say, before we ease into this second of 4 wonderful sections on today's episode, I am on the way here today and on my way to the gym this morning. I go to the gym now because I'm hard and I'll punch your fucking head in. I put on Paul McCaffrey and Sean Walsh's podcast. It's called What's Upset You Now. I'm telling you, it's only a 15-minute podcast. And they're occasionally, I think, going to start putting an hour-long YouTube show up or something like that.
Yeah, they are. Obviously.
But
common sense.
I listened to 3 episodes. They're really short. And if you're looking for another funny podcast to add to your little podcast rotation or whatever, I haven't laughed that much at a British podcast ever. It's up there with every funny podcast. It's both of them just moaning. They do one a week that's just them, and they do one a week where they have a guest on. Or it might be like 1 week it's just them, and every other episode has got a guest, and every other episode is just them. But it's so fucking funny. And if you're looking for another podcast to listen to, you can't do any better, especially if you're looking for a really short one for little short journeys or whatever. What's Upset You Now by Paul McCaffrey and Sean Walsh.
Paul will be fine on this as
2
well.
of my favourite people in comedy as well.
Paul will be so good on that couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Walsh is already Hall of Fame level for Have a Word, and McCaffrey will be amazing on this when he eventually gets his ass in gear and comes to Runcorn.
Yeah. Good for them. God, I want them to do longer things, though. I've not even listened to it yet, and I'm still feel bugged by 15.
That's their niche, isn't it?
I
We're long
know,
form, they're
but
super long, short form.
I don't know. Give me more.
It suits it,
Right.
You'll see when you listen to it.
Should we try and do a 15-minute episode and see if we can get out of second gear? Although, actually, the first 15 would have been fire today.
I think we should do little short form snippets anyway.
I think we should,
I think we should
discuss
rate,
this off. What?
I think we should rate all the fast food restaurants. Let's do that. Let's do that every week with the guest. Put your restaurants in your favourite order.
Up your arse.
Just a quick one for an Instagram reel. It's all about content is king. We need to be diversifying the things. Have you got any questions?
I think, just to add to that, we should do something about whether it's a bap or whether it's a balm.
What do you say?
What do you say?
What do you say?
I say fuck cake.
Fuck, can I have a chip fuck cake, please?
I have a chip fuck cake. But no, because everyone says it differently. I was seeing one girl that called it an abusive uncle. She was like, "Can I have a sausage abusive uncle?" And they were like, "Wow, we call it balm cake here." But she was like, "I call it an abusive uncle."
It's mad that he knew what she meant, though.
She was in a Greg's.
Right.
And they didn't think so.
And she pointed to it. She pointed to a bread roll and went, "Can I have a sausage abusive uncle?"
I asked for a steak slice once in Greg's, and they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "No. I meant your pussy. Giz it."
No.
What was my first one?
Whoa there, Missy.
I can't remember what my first.
I meant your pussy.
What was it called? A foot cake.
Fuck cake. Get your fuck cake out.
Have a bacon foot cake.
See, this would be 15 minutes.
Stop
It's
it.
your fault.
Just have it 3. Have you heard about Adam and Dan's new podcast? It's called 3 minutes and 33 seconds of I've decided to say that word really badly so it's less offensive.
Yeah. Because you didn't actually say the word.
No.
Yeah. Wag lids. I very much do the cooking in my house with my missus, but every now and again she decides that she wants to chip in with the odd meal for some reason. Anyway, long story short, I basically had about 2 or 3 mouthfuls of this meal she cooked for us recently before I had to bite the bullet and tell her I couldn't eat any more because it was really that bad. Was just wondering if either of you have had... was just wondering if you've ever had a fuck cake. All right. Was just wondering if either of you have ever been in a situation where the other half has made you a meal so inedible you couldn't eat it, and if so, how did you go about it? Did you just complain? Did you just tell her? It didn't go down well in my house when I chucked pretty much all of it in the bin.
Just clearing my throat before I
Drop the fire.
answer this question. Sam, my Mrs. Sam, my girlfriend Sam, who I love very much. She is a really good cook. However, she is incapable
Okay.
of a roast dinner.
Wow.
Now, as we all know, I've suffered for years with roast dinner addiction.
You're just getting through, aren't you?
Yeah.
Did you have some counselling about it?
Did you?
Good for you. Great
Yeah.
self-improvement.
Yeah.
Good luck on
Councillor
your journey.
Toby.
Hang on. Did you know there's a carvery? Famous chain
Hang
of carveries called Toby Carvery.
I'm going to let you in on the secret that I was fully well aware, and that's why I said it.
This guy.
Like Pete Doherty being your heroin counsellor.
Yeah, but because he's been there and he gets it.
Right.
Yeah, I know how good it is, lad. But
Exactly.
Sam made a roast dinner, and the big mistake she made, first of all, was that she didn't time it properly, which she has a problem with, which for a lot of meals, chefs will tell you, it's a well-known fact, timing is not necessarily the most important thing. It's about just believing in yourself, freestyling, zhazhing it up.
Sorry.
Zhazh.
Most chefs believe the most important thing in cooking is self-belief. 100%. Yeah, I know when I can't Google it, but you talk like you knew exactly what you're on about, but I am going to have to call, hang on, where is it? A little bit of bullshit on that. A lot of chefs will tell you it's self-belief. Zhazhazoom.
No, but what I mean is, like, Sam will make a curry from scratch, and you don't need to take a curry off at a specific time. The longer you leave it, really, like, the more flavour gets into the meat and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and
However,
you've just got to be like, do you know what? I am a good person, and then it'll be right. Yeah. You know what? You are beautiful, and this curry is right. I mean,
words
there's
can't bring me down.
Yeah. Stick Christina Aguilera on, get the curry on, and everything will be fine. Sam, you haven't turned the fucking oven on! Never mind that. The Alexa's playing Christina. You are beautiful, and you've got salmonella.
Yeah. So she makes things that don't require timing to perfection. A roast dinner needs to be timed like a military drill.
Yeah.
Whenever I make a roast dinner, I write a big list down, right? So we're aiming for dinner to be ready at 7 p.m. So therefore, the roasties need to go in at 6:12 because they need 40 minutes and 8 minutes, like, for fucking around, a little bit of breathing space. You've got to time it perfectly. She fucked up the timing. Everything was cold. Then she tried to make her own gravy, which was just carrot soup. And she poured carrot soup all over a cold roast dinner. Gave me it. I ate it because I'm sound as fuck. And then a few days later, she was like, I'm going to make a roast again at the weekend. I was like, you fucking not. We need to talk about it now. We've had a bit of space.
48 hours.
Yeah, I was like, that was one of the worst things I've ever tasted in my entire life, and you're never to make a roast dinner again. She tried to make another one that weekend. She was like, I'm going to show you, twat. And I was like, you're using fucking Bisto, girl. You're not making that fucking soup shite again, which was also cold. She didn't even eat the fucking soup up. Gravy, soup, shite, whatever. So she made another one that weekend, and it was slightly more passable, but it was still shit. So, yeah, you just got to be honest with these. You need to give a little bit of time. little bit of breathing space. Oh, this is all right, this babe, like that. Then a few days later, when there's no emotion in it and she's not emotionally attached to the effort she's put
Is this
into the
couples
dinner.
counselling today for you?
What?
Is this couples counselling today?
I think he's, to be fair, he comes across as like quite hard work a lot of the time. But that is actually the best way to deal with that. Don't complain while the food is in front of you.
Yeah.
This is what
She's just put the effort into that, so she's emotionally connected. I've worked all day for that.
When that gets
2 days
put in front of
later,
you, she knows it's shit. She knows she's fucked up.
She's eating it.
She is. Wait, if you do the thing like a child, like yeah, why? Like it's gonna cause a massive fucking argument. I'd rather eat a fuck cake.
Yeah.
A stale fuck cake. Yeah, but 48 hours.
That was
It's
shit.
been
that babe.
forgotten.
Yeah. There's no emotional investment in the food anymore. It's been and gone. And what makes it worse is Sam knows, because I'm not a great cook, but I'm great at what I can cook.
Yeah.
I can't cook everything great,
Yeah,
but the stuff.
You've got a niche.
Do you know what I mean? So like yesterday, I made a bolognese from scratch. Honestly, up there with the top 3 bologneses of all time.
Right.
I reckon the first time they nailed it in Italy, one that Gino De Campo did on this morning, and then mine. I reckon that's probably the top 3
That's the top 3.
ever.
All Italians know that as well.
Yeah. And do you know what my secret ingredient is? The green peppers that she doesn't like.
Oh.
Right? But
Give it a rash.
I'm really good at messy food, like a sandwich or a burger, chicken wings. I can do all that shit. And also, my pièce de résistance is roast
Is being a pissed Frenchman. My Pierre Van Hooydonk. My Pierre Van Hooydonk.
My Ruud van Nistelrooy is, it's roast dinners.
Right, okay.
And because of that, Sam knows that I'm used to, and my mum, God bless her, she was the queen of roast dinners. That's what she was known as around Liverpool. Queen of people. She walked down the street and people were like, I like Queen.
Like the Queen of Scotty Road.
Yeah. Queen of roast dinners.
Queen of roast dinners.
Yeah. Yeah. People would come into the street sometimes as she was walking past with like buckets of spuds and be like, what do I do?
Bless them.
Oh,
Fucking hell. Saint Anne.
It's like-
Ave Maria. You need to peel those bastards. Get on me.
Yeah. She's passed that down to me.
Just got a font of Bisto.
Yeah. So now they call me King Bro, Steez.
That made my eyes water. Made my fucking eyes water. Just got live at the Apollo. So, is it about the honesty, but with a bit of due diligence with timing?
Just like, it's like if something horrible happens, time makes things easier, doesn't it?
Time heals.
Time heals. Let it heal and then be horrible about it. That stuff you made was shite, and that's okay because it was 2 days ago.
If that doesn't work, try
Your granddad's
penicillin.
dead. Wasn't funny at the time. It is now.
Right.
2 days. You've had 48 hours. He was a cunt. What I would say is so Laura cleans the house and has this weird thing of not doing the last 5%. I've never seen anything. It's like you go in the living room, you're like, wow, this is clean and tidy, but the Hoover is still out and the leads fucking everywhere. Like, you're nearly there.
She does the same thing.
You're nearly there. Every time the mop and bucket comes out, I mean, I'm talking like literally 4 out of 5 times the mop and bucket comes out, the floor is mopped to an excellent standard, admittedly better than when I've mopped the floor. But what I do when I mop the floor is put the fucking mop and bucket away. It's like she can't do the last bit. So today, as I was leaving, she'd put the curtains over the edge of the couch and over the cupboard, and that is international sign of I'm gonna mop. She's getting because the curtains go down to the floor. And I was like, oh my God, this is my time. Because she hadn't just done it. We'd had a nice morning. We were getting on. We were getting on most of the time. She'd done that little thing with my dick that was upsetting. Hello, I'm just a little mouse dick. Whoa. Like I should have done her vagina like, hello, I'm your vagina. Imagine if I'd have done that. Hello, that's it. Cha. upset me. Oh, shit. Like someone off Big Mouth.
Yeah, you're doing good, guy. Hello, I'm Robert Vagina. Don't worry about the hair loss in places. I got alopecia the pom-pom. All right, darling.
Oh, my God, it'd be great if she had a New York vagina.
Oh, my God.
That's a New York Jew vagina as well.
No, it's Joey's agent.
Estelle.
Yeah, she's Jewish, isn't she? Yeah.
Oh, my God. Dan, it's Estelle. Oh, God.
Come round April time. I'm gonna be open for you.
I can't fit you in before then, sweetheart.
What happened with the mopping?
Yeah, sorry, I'll get back to being factual. That's why everyone's like, Dan, enough of that.
The rate at which we can go from
Stop
mundane.
personifying your wife's biff. Because it's just not what we're here for, Dan. Tell us about household chores. I just thought this is my opportunity because she's not done it. So if I get back, every time I get back and the mop's out, I want to be like, why don't you finish the job? And I know that would involve her being fuming and maybe twatting me with a mop, right? But it hadn't happened yet. So I was like, do you know what, babe? You mopping up today? And she went, yeah. It was a really tense moment. I was like,
By the way, I'd have punched your head in with that question.
are you mopping today?
Yeah, because it's such a loaded question. Do you know what Sam did last night when she come in and I'd slaved away all day on me bolo? She went, because I gave it a little taste of it. And she went, when did you put the red wine in?
Timing, innit? Now, if she'd asked that question 48 hours later.
I honestly nearly threw a vat of bolognese at her.
So this is the mop. Isn't there?
This is
all a future hypothetical at the moment, isn't it? There's no mop. I went, are you mopping today? She went, I literally saw her go, instantly go defensive and like, yeah. And I went, I tried not to laugh. I was like, I'll give you £10 if you put it away again when you finish. You fucking dick. But because she'd not done it, she was like, oh, you dick. I was like, finish the job. Finish the job. You do a great job. Nearly to the end. You should, right, this is what I consider tidying up. I've said it before, like someone's viewing the house. If you were renting your house or selling it, you wouldn't go, oh, clean up, obviously want to make the sale. Let's just leave the Hoover in the middle of the fucking rug. Lead out. No, you'd be like, oh, that doesn't look good. That's how it should be done. I love you, babe. Please don't leave me.
If you've got someone viewing your house, you should be on the couch doing what you would do in the house to show how the house works. Yeah. So, if I ever sell one of my houses, I'm going to sit there in my undies watching friends eating Watsits from a share bag. Look, great seat to eat Watsits from a share bag and watch friends, this.
Mate, if you've got an Airbnb and you're trying to sell it for inflated, ridiculous prices, and you can't be arsed hoovering around your shithole flat just because you've got somewhere in the city centre, sort your fucking life, you scratty cunt. No, actually, it's a Cardiff city centre, it's £129 a night. Hoover the fucking rug, you pig.
Oh, if you're trying to rent it out, I thought you meant selling your house.
Yeah,
because I
that as well.
No, if you're selling your house, make it messy as fuck and be like, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve.
They're not buying you.
No,
they're buying the house.
Yeah, I'm personifying the house. Yeah. If you can't handle this house at its worst, which is like this, you don't deserve it at its best.
And while we're at it, if you're making homemade porn, turn the fucking telly off, you scruffy cunts. Make the porn. Hoover the floor. I literally watch porn going, move them fucking cups. How long before you made this porn scene since you fucking washed that duvet cover? Scratty twats.
And you think fresh bedding for porn?
Sometimes in porn you're like, why have you got that, in my head I'm like, what? Just tidy your room and then fuck.
You like it real? Do you tidy your bedroom every time you ever go to Pound Town?
It does feel better if I have a tidy bedroom wank. I feel like, you deserve this. You deserve this. And he's like, yeah, fucking
I don't mean on your own.
Yeah, Dan, I do.
But like a little hangover bonk with your missus. You want the bedroom to be messy. You want to feel dirty. I like the same thing in porn. I want it to look like a crack den.
What, you want dirty sex as in your undercrackers from last week are on the floor?
Yeah.
No, that's not the dirty I like.
It's the dirty I like.
Someone's a spit in my ear. I made that up. That's never happened.
Oh my God. You ain't getting here till fucking July, babe.
Question? Yeah. Did you hear me apologise to my wife just briefly there in the middle of that going, oh, sorry, babe, about the mop and bucket. I don't think that's the bucket she's going to be annoyed about. Harry Robinson says, I'm the best emailer. And you're right, Harry, you are. It's happening, Lids. The Have a Word brand is constantly expanding into new territories. You've had Jamali on the couch, who's done some phenomenal documentaries for Vice, where he spent time with hate groups and religious fringe groups, etc. And Pigoted also touches on people with mad beliefs. If you could do a Louis Theroux Have a Word project, a Louis Theroux-esque Have a Word project, where you had to spend a week with a group of subsection of people like a cult hate group or some daft cunts like flat earthers, who would you go film with? Who would be your choice for the documentary? Keep up taking over the fucking game, Harry Robbo.
AIDS sufferers.
AIDS sufferers.
Amish AIDS sufferers.
Amish AIDS sufferers.
The Amish AIDS community.
The Amish AIDS community. Where are they? Lincolnshire? Where are they? Where are you finding them?
It's by the RAF in Lincoln, yeah.
Right.
Next
that must piss you off. That must piss you off if you're Amish. Isn't it?
AIDS.
Being next to a fucking airbase.
Oh.
Because you've rejected all technology.
Oh, is that where they actually live? Is that a big Amish community in Lincoln? Is that real?
I thought they all lived
No,
in
but
Ohio.
you just said the first thing you can think about with Lincoln, can't you? You just
The
say
RAF.
Yeah. You went Lincoln, RAF, and I just imagine a farmer that has refused tractors and all technology having to deal with a fucking jet fighter going over.
Why have they done that?
What, ignored?
Why have they fucked technology off?
Because they think it's evil.
Yeah, it's impure.
So they don't like nothing they have is made by technology. Nothing.
They basically like
What about the
19th
wood?
century.
So they have wooden houses.
18th century farmers.
How did he cut the wood down?
With a big axe.
Right.
Like, they use stuff. They got horses and that.
Yeah. Technology horses.
Tech horses?
No,
like real horses.
No, but they've got like awesome carts, haven't they? That's how they get about.
They've got tools.
Yeah.
So
Screwdrivers.
everything they've got, they've made.
Not made. Like, I don't know whether do they have money?
I think they're just. Is it like?
I think they don't use money. They use sexual favors. They suck each other off for like
curries,
casseroles and that.
Yeah, that's what happens if you don't have social media. You nosh people off for grain.
He said they suck each other off for casserole. That's a commodity.
Because he's got food in his head. Is that casserole done?
I don't like casseroles actually.
You wouldn't be sucking people off them, would you?
No. Then it was stupid. Let's be honest. If we had to do a documentary and we had to choose, so we're doing one of those split documentaries where we're not doing it as a group. We're each going out on our own with a camera person,
trying to find common ground between two groups.
So but we get to decide where the other people go. So me and Adam decide where Carl goes. Carl and I decide where you go. You two can decide where I go. So where do we want to send Carl? What's going to make good documentary style TV? Sending Carl. Who does Carl fucking hate? Because you don't want to send Carl somewhere where he's like really enjoying it.
Carl doesn't like the gays.
Famously.
Oh, Carl.
So where are you sending me? Where are you? Heaven
Street in Manchester.
To do a documentary.
I think
the gays. The other day.
I think the gays would fucking love you.
They can go for it.
Was Canal Street in Manchester named because it's C anal?
You are dying to. Have you asked this question on this podcast before?
Have I?
Yes. This is in your mind. It's a street with a canal, and you know it. They didn't go, do you know, with Anal Street? I think it's a bit too much. You know, because this is where all the gays have traditionally hung out since like 16th century Manchester.
Anal Street.
The gays have always been here. It's been handed down from gay to gay, generation to generation. Gay son from gay father, handed down. Doesn't work like that, does it?
I think we should send Carl.
Where's Carl going?
Where am I going?
Well, first of all, you're going to negotiate a trade deal on the Russian-Chinese border.
Yeah.
AIDS.
That good one.
AIDS. AIDS.
And you've got to learn both languages.
Oh, no. Oh, God, I haven't even learnt Scouse yet. Oh, the worst. Where is that border? Is that Siberia? Oh, you
I wanna go to
horrible
Siberia.
cunts. P.S. No no talks needed, because they are both a bunch of murderous twats who get on really well. China's like, all right, lad, you're honourable as well. Russia's like, yes, yeah, you're a bunch of cunts. Let's do it together.
Why did you use one of their accents? Why was China Scouse? Because of Chinatown, Liverpool. Biggest Chinatown in the world, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Except for China.
China's like, oh, yeah.
That's China country.
Hey,
It's just town, isn't it?
who needs human rights? We make fucking quality jar kits.
Do you know what'll be good?
Fucking hate wiggers. Wigger Muslims.
Oh.
Wiggers.
Uyghurs.
Wiggers.
Uyghur.
Uyghurs.
Yeah.
That's my Scouse accent. I'm just,
Yeah.
Scouse town would be good, wouldn't it?
I had a little palpitation there. Just for a second. It was just not the word I was expecting to come out of your mouth.
Where am I
I
going?
going?
You didn't decide where I'm going?
Oh, I know what Carl hates.
Dyslexic Liverpool fans.
No.
I know what you're going to say as well.
Carl is going to live in a small village.
Yeah.
He hates it. He hates mundanity. Is that the right word?
Huh?
Mundanity?
Yeah, Monday.
Mundanity, you'd say, but yeah.
Yeah. He hates, like,
I hate the mundane.
the
Do you hate
place.
Mondays?
And Mondays we're here.
Tell me why.
That song is about a school shooter. Do you know about that?
What?
Tell me why I don't like man. That's about a school shooter.
Blah.
It's not.
It is.
I'm so
Because he didn't like Monday morning, so he went and shot everyone.
I'm so bad with lyrics. I don't hear them. I really feel like that has made me feel like Partridge. You know, do you remember in Alan Partridge where he's like, I love that U2 song, because sometimes you think Sunday, bloody Sunday.
It's inspired by a school shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you not get the, like? I know you're not saying you don't hear the lyrics. The second verse is basically like I shot everyone dead and they're all dead and I'm happy about it.
I just thought that's how annoyed he was at work on a Mondays.
No.
Tell me why I don't like Mondays, because shit on there.
Shot them in the face in the morning, killed them with the machine gun.
No, you see, I'd have got that.
Yeah, that'd be
If
quite
the lyrics
something
were that, tell me why I don't like Mondays. I will, because I shot loads of people in the face with a gun on a Monday. Dan, do you understand this song? I shot them with a gun in the face. Wasn't a machine gun from before.
Yeah, Monday night.
So you just want to live it where I live?
No, I don't want to live there.
No, that's it. Are we just...
No. Because you're close enough to
It is.
a
It's
city.
cheeky. It's cheeky.
He hates
10 minutes from Chester, 10 minutes from Cheshire Oaks, half an hour from Liverpool.
Do you know what Carl hates?
Come on, bro.
He hates places where you could go to your neighbour. You go in the pub tonight and you both know the pub because there's one pub
I'd rather kill myself.
and the shop and...
That is my village.
No, it isn't.
I know, but I know what you mean. You mean miles away from anything.
Yeah.
But what you just said is we've got one pub, one shop, one
Like
pharmacy.
the butcher sends you the Christmas card.
Got one Asian guy.
Yeah.
Fucking die.
Like the butcher's called Keith and you know that and you know his middle name. When you know the butcher's middle name is Bartholomew, that's a problem for Carl.
Bloody hell.
Either that
To have a butcher's.
or send me to fake busy London.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm on a fucking tube. Oh, no, they're not on a tube.
No,
Train.
they're in Starbucks, like.
Yeah.
Just plugging the laptop in. Fuck off. Dave can
I've got a
fuck off.
startup.
Remember those two cunts on the way down to watch Chappelle?
Ugh.
The fashion designer and
I don't know
this
what she
woman
was.
who she was just a woman who liked clothes, I think.
A model.
But they were having such a one-up you conversation.
Very loudly.
Oh, like literally, me and Carl talking like this because we're on a train and he's like, oh, well, you know, grew up in Liverpool, the Whittle really. But yeah, for work. They basically was like, you can work from home. And I was like, well, I might as well spend a decade in Milan.
He said it in that voice.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And he had a
Fuck
stupid
it.
outfit.
I'm spending a decade in Milan,
Yeah.
lad.
And he's like, but yeah, I'm on my way to London. And he had his laptop out and the entire time he's having a full conversation with this woman.
Just doing
And
that.
just not once did he
It's
not
off.
type.
The laptop's off.
Bob Mortimer's Train Guy is so beautifully done. And
That's who he was.
Yeah, and I've never really, I haven't done loads of London, like north to London. But we used to get them on the Transpennine Express. Like people are like, yeah, great. Oh, tell him to action that. get back to me. We've really got to think outside the box on this. You're like, no, bed, we're going through Staley Bridge. It doesn't make sense. Stop talking like you're not this. You got on at Huddersfield. Fuck off pretending that you're an international man of business.
Someone went, what's the economic forecast? I went, that's just, what's the place?
Oh,
Drizzle.
Yeah. No, she said, so what's coming next in the world of fashion? And he was like, well. And me, as soon as he said, well, me and Carl were like, oh, I think it's hats. Hats are going to be big soon.
Bigger shoes.
But he was like, well, I'm pretty sure he said the next season, jackets. We were just like, what the fuck are you on about? You haven't invented jackets.
No, but he did say something.
What's coming next in the world of fashion? Well, it is late October, early November, so scarves.
Oh, and here's my favourite bit. I don't even know if we spoke about this because we were just laughing about everything else. But he looked, to all intents and purposes, like a very gay man, right? He had like a dyed reddish pinkish hair,
colourful
like a one earring with a cross on.
The t-shirt that says "I love cock."
His t-shirt was like tie-dye and like a dress over jeans. But then it was like he was when he mentioned he had a wife to this woman, but he said it in a way that was like, you don't believe this. He was like, yeah, so I was in Milan for, that's what we were doing, working from home, and my wife.
Well, like Borat.
As if she was going to go, no, but your entire appearance screams cock in the ass.
This was on the Liverpool to Euston train.
I'm not joking. I'd already have a bit about this cunt in my set. He's
the
too much.
reason I haven't spoke about it on this is because I'm going to do it.
Too much.
No, she said, like, what's the economic avenue forecast or something? And I was like, that means how much is it?
I can imagine you just being like,
we were sitting there
imagine if you just made that noise like, what do you think the fashion-wise, what do you think the next growth sector is for the clothing industry? Patches on elbows.
Gobshite Olympics, and they were gold
Gobshite Olympics. So we're sending Carl. Fuck the small village.
Do you know what? We're sending Carl to be his PA.
Oh, yeah.
Why is this turned into sort of punishment? I'd kill him. He'd be dead.
Anton, who's your new assistant? Well, let me tell you, I had some assistants in my time in Milan, 10 years working from home. Actually, it was me pet cat. But my new assistant, Carl, he's actually got Tourette's because he keeps making keeps doing that. But he's actually disabled, and we are so pro-disabled. A lot of people see me and think you're not pro-disabled, but I am. Look at Carl. Beautiful to look at. Makes farting sounds with his face.
I'd choke him with a
I told my wife, who has a vagina. Hello, kids. What are you up to? I fucked that with my penis. Hey, I love pussy. And then just call it.
Where are we sending me?
Africa, innit?
Yes, I'll go and talk to the Africans. See if I can help them.
That was a little too close to the age joke from before, so apologies.
The Africans. Hello, the Africans.
Africa. Hello, Africa. I've come to talk about your AIDS.
Send me to like the African outback, and I'll just
African outback.
The jungle.
What the fuck are you talking about? Hello, Somalia. Where's your outback? It is in Australia, you stupid cunt.
No, other countries have outbacks.
I know, but they don't call them out. The Rwandan outback isn't a thing. The Rwandan jungle is a thing.
Well, send me to the jungle.
You mean the sticks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The scam of Rwanda.
All right, Rwanda. Where's the Skelmersdale of Rwanda? And all the Rwandans are like, up the road, lad. Hey, I've not heard of a lot of places in the northwest of England, but we've heard of fucking scam. Tootsie roll.
The Rwandan scam is Burundi.
Burundi?
Sundays.
Where are you going there on a Monday? Come on.
Burundi on a Monday.
Burundi on a Monday. Oh, wait. Hey, or Burundi on a Monday. Shrewsbury on a Tuesday and Sheffield on a Wednesday.
And if you're a Brummie, Dubai on a Friday.
It needs longer.
It's good though. It literally sums up the conversation I had with my sister. She just went to a wedding last week. My sister's been like, oh, the podcast's doing well. She doesn't quite believe me. No, it's good, doing well. She went to a wedding and everyone came up to her and went, your brother's podcast, man, it's amazing, isn't it? It's everywhere. It's massive. And she's now having conversation with me like, it's big, innit? But there's a real surprise. And in moments like that, I sort of know what she means. Dubai on a Friday. Biggest patron in the UK.
Should we have a break and get Bobby Mair in?
Yeah. Fair one.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We interrupt this week's broadcast of the Have a Word podcast to ask you for a favour. Could you do us a favour? Could you drop us a comment? Could you like it if you're watching on YouTube? Could you share all this with your friends? And make sure you're subscribed. And if it's on YouTube, ring the bell too. You'll get notified every time we drop an episode. And that's fantastic for you.
And we're on social media as well. So follow us at Have a Word Pod on all good social media platforms.
And if you do follow us on social media and you see one of our videos, fucking share it. A lot of hard work goes into them and it helps spread the word. And we'd really appreciate it.
Nice one. Go ahead.
Right.
Hi, welcome back.
Welcome back. Part 3 of 4. We're joined today.
Why are you doing little parts?
Why?
Part 3 of 4. Looking forward to 4.
I'm going to make this 6 sections now.
Just on purpose.
It's like you don't give a fuck.
Bobby Mair's here.
Hello.
Thanks for coming in, lads.
Yeah, it's fine. My wife was 6 weeks away from giving birth, so I'm good to leave. Let's do it. Sweetie, I have to go to a podcast. It's 3 hours away. Goodbye.
6 weeks? I feel like you only told me about this. Not that I was one of your first calls.
Listen, you would have been top 50. You would have been in the top 50.
So it wasn't that long ago?
No, not at all.
That you told people?
No, because you don't want to tell people right away, because then if you have a miscarriage, then you have to be like, oh, yeah, that's not happening now.
Yeah.
Did you do that? Did you keep it all secret?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
For like 3 months.
But isn't that like a cut-off point where people are like...
3 months.
Is it 3 months? You can't tell people before that?
It's the 12 or 13 week scan.
Yeah.
And if your baby's not like in the womb,
Yeah.
everything's fine.
Yeah.
And if it's still in there, I'm explaining. Okay, good. Stop talking. But that's the point where
Wait,
if it's still
Dan,
all
how
right,
does a baby come alive? When do you know? How do you know?
the magic happens.
Okay.
But that's the point where things can be wrong and they can find out of that scan. So after that, I found out that Steve Shanyaski's having a baby, and he told me after 6 weeks, he was just like, we went for a curry, a couple of us a few months ago. He was like, can I just tell you something? Just as I was leaving, he was like, it's been great. Can I just tell you something? We're having a baby. And I haven't told anyone. And I need to say it to another human, and you're my mate, and you've got kids, and I'm telling you. And I went, oh, mate, that's super fucking exciting. And then there's that awful thing of like, but you can't tell anyone because it might not be all right. And then I got a message a couple of weeks ago going, just had the 13-week scan. Everything's sound. We're telling everyone. Super excited.
I really thought you were going to say
Muscle
something
top.
else.
I was doing that on the podcast.
I often tell Instagram when I've had a shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to struggle to not tell anyone for weeks.
Well, when Laura got pregnant for the first time, she was like, right, so this is what happens. 13-week scan, and then you can tell it. But obviously, I'm going to tell my sisters, my brother. I've got to tell so-and-so, so you can tell so-and-so. We told 25 fucking people instantly.
Yes.
So, I don't know. That can go wrong, can't it? But
I think I'm going to tweet it. You know, when I start trying for a kid, I'm going to tweet when I've come. Pretty sure.
I landed that one. I made
Pretty sure we've boxed it
I
up.
made a fucking leg wobble on that one. Landed. That's how you know that they've conceived. Fucking hell.
Oh, they're having a fit.
Jesus Christ, it's twins.
George Best. No, when he was like jinking down the wing.
Right. So congratulations, Bobby.
Thank
is what
you.
we're saying. Congratulations on your...
This is your first baby.
That I know of, yeah. I mean, who the fuck knows? I could have a 13-year-old son in northern Canada. Let's hope not.
Yeah,
But if I did actually, the best, like, as someone, because I'm adopted, so I met my biological family later in life. And I think, you know, if I do, like, accidentally have another child, it's when I was 19, because by now the kid's 16.
Yeah.
Almost all the hard work is done.
All the cost has already gone.
Exactly. Meet them when I'm 45. That wouldn't be so bad.
No, that'd be fucking excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you want to meet the son when you were doing a tour of like northern Canada and blew a load up some fucking groupie at a yucks. You want to meet them when they're like 26 and in gainful employment.
Yeah.
Dad, I've got something to tell you. I've been through college already, and you don't owe me anything.
You never have to wipe their ass, but one day they might wipe yours.
Exactly. But you have to put in a lot of legwork as an adult with your adult kid to get them to want to wipe your asshole
You can't
when
just
you're
turn
old.
up with your ass out and just be like, all right, lads. Just so you know. This is your problem. I've thought that before, you know, because when I was a single man, I wasn't picky or safe with where I put my dick.
You were just blowing loads everywhere.
Yeah,
the wall of heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, like there could be little rowies out there.
Were you finishing in the lady?
I think sometimes when I was drunk, I would do that, yeah.
That's good, isn't it? That's really good.
Like a little scratch card. Let's see if this goes wrong.
You know you can only get pregnant like 6 days of the month, though.
Yeah.
That's what they never tell you when you're a teenager. Like, yes, just come inside of her 25 days of the month is fine.
But it'd be really sinister if Adam on a night out was like, listen, love, I fucking like you and I want to come back to you, but where are you in your menstrual cycle?
You off your
Because I'm telling you what, it better be one of the good 24 days, otherwise you can fuck off.
Do you know, one time, this is 100% true. So, as I say,
Every time he says it, I'm like,
I was never, ever sort of a picky drunk fuck guy. I'd be like, you want to fuck me? Fantastic. Great news.
just looking for any validation.
Yeah.
Have you gotten pickier over the years?
100%.
Yeah, I can tell you he has.
With great power comes great responsibility.
With the ability to fuck sevens comes great responsibility.
You're in League One now, kid.
Yeah.
Your best mate's the linesman.
Her bone structure is solid. No one would look at her and think there's any deformities. You are my wife.
So here's the thing. I was never like... But one time, I had a condom with me. And I went to put it on. This is all true. I went to put it on. She was like, you don't need that. And I left. Because I was like, if you're actively encouraging men to not put condoms on, then God fucking knows what's going on in here.
Oh, yeah. The kind of people that want you to have sex without a condom are never the people you want to fuck without a condom. Exactly. That is definitive.
Yeah. What you want in a perfect world is it to be like, have you got a condom? You're like, I haven't. She's like, oh, fine. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That is the perfect one night stand.
Oh, right.
It's like, oh,
no,
well, I'm already turned on.
If you get a condom out and she's like, get that out of my fucking bedroom, throwing like really hard pillowcases at you. Get out. No, but I have to admit, when you were saying that, I was like, I would not have left there.
No, I did. I had such a moment of, oh, I could feel me dick getting itchy just from being in the same room at that stage.
So congratulations on your first child is what we've just been trying to get round to saying.
I'm sick of I'm sick of being like, not that congratulated, because it's like, it's either like, are you excited? And it's like, I mean, no. I have 6 weeks until I'm not going to sleep ever again. And I just have to like hang out with a baby. Like, of course I'm not that excited. Like, it's good. I'm excited to love this kid and do everything that goes along with that. Yes.
The first bit's shit though.
Of course it is. You know,
want a kid. You
I'm
don't
a
want a baby.
caretaker. I'm going to be a caretaker for months before this thing smiles at me. But then on the other side, there's the people who are like, don't have kids. You know,
are you talking about the baby then, or your wife?
No, I'm talking about the baby, definitely. I'm talking about the baby. But yeah, my wife, great lady. But the people who I hate are the comics who we all know who are always like, don't have kids. It'll ruin your life. And it's like, listen, I knew you before comedy and before you had kids, and your life sucked. Like, you have a shit life. You just missed waking up at 11 a.m. Like, fuck off.
Don't pin this on the kid. You were already pitching a fucking 5 out of 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally get what he's saying, though. Like, I want to be a father one day, but I'm not excited about the baby bit. It just feels like, having a baby feels like the baby bit. That's the gym for when you get the good body. Do you know what I mean? It's not fun. You're not enjoying it. But eventually it'll be worth it because you'll be thinner.
Yeah. We are talking about my life so directly at the moment. I literally tried to get my 7-month-old baby asleep this morning so I could get a nap before I came to the podcast, and he was kicking off, and I went, "Oh, right, you knobhead," and then just had to move him and go, "Laura, it's hard work at the moment. They can't tell you what's annoying them. You're definitely tired. It is just a bit shit." But then there's moments where you're like, "Oh, fuck this. This is," you love them.
Yes.
It's weird. They're like, you know, your best mate who you definitely love, but he's a bit of a bell end on a night out. It's like that. You're like, "I do love them, yeah." He always calls his shit.
Yep.
It's like,
Adam's the baby.
yeah. There's elements of that. I definitely want him to be his dad, but I'm looking forward to his 12th birthday.
Do you reckon scientific advances will ever get us to the point where when babies come out, they're just 4 and can talk?
Or they come out, you give them a bit of growth hormone and like, "Fucking hell, Dad. How are you?" That'd be great.
Speaking English.
Well, they would speak English.
What if
Unless
it
they're not
was
from
in
here.
Romania?
Yeah. What?
What if it was in Romania?
No, there's a serum in the growth
Oh,
hormone.
it teaches them.
You made that silly then.
It's stupid.
Made
What
that
is
dead
that?
silly.
That'd be better though, wouldn't it? If we gave birth to 5-year-olds.
Not
I'm not saying that we're
Not for the
be
women.
pregnant for 5 years.
it wouldn't be good for.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
They seem to complain about birth pain now. If a 5-year-old was coming out, I'm not sure.
Got like shoes on.
There's the one thing I am excited about, because people are like, "Are you excited for the baby?" I'm not. Because, you know, after you have a kid, apparently there's a conversation where they say, "And you know, you can't have sex for 6 weeks." That's like a classic conversation with a doctor, and I really want that to happen, and I am excited about that, just so I can say, "Can I still go down on her?" I mean, it's seen a lot of trauma. I'd really like to give it some love. And my mouth is the best thing to do that, please.
Oh my God.
Kiss it.
I just want to say that to a doctor after you watch my wife give birth. That's what
God.
excites me.
You could get something stuck in your teeth and accidentally take the stitches out.
But people eat that placenta. That's a meal.
Too far.
all of it.
Too far! I'd love to see that doctor's face, you know. Can I still go down on it? Is it just me dick that's got a no entry clause on it? What?
You're just hoping for doctors and nurses with a good sense of humour.
Yeah.
The anesthesiologist at Laura's birth literally had YouTube going, "Oh, you have a podcast." "Oh, yes, I see it. Yeah, it's good." He was from Nottingham. That's very good, very good.
Was Laura like,
I know, I think I know. Andy Rowe.
was Laura like, "Can we stop talking about your fucking podcast?"
She was juddering with the amount of painkillers and she'd had so much, it's not methadone, is it? It's smack. And it's Nottingham. She was like, she'd had so much painkiller that she was like shuddering.
Do you mean morphine?
And they're just, something very
Methadone?
strong. And they were just about to cut her open. And he was like, "Oh, it's on YouTube. Audio as well." I was like, "Yeah, we've got a Patreon." He's like, "Oh, very good. Oh, yeah, there you are." That shit you don't want to hear when you're just about to be cut open. It literally happened just like that. You're hoping that. And we were doing bits. It was great fun. It was great. He was like, "Oh, give her a bit more. Do you want some?" It's good, man. I can't give you any.
We need all this methadone for all the... all the
Oh, and it was not methadone. What it's called?
morphine.
It's not called morphine. Diamorphine. It's called diamorphine. That's what
diet
it is.
one.
That was the one where she went from being like, "I hurt so much," to 2 minutes later she was like, "Golden brown, sexual like sun." I'm like, "You alright, babe?" She's like, "Fucking boss."
Scouts as well.
Yeah, she went Scouse.
It's weird, that, isn't it? Not from Liverpool.
No.
From Nottingham.
But it was Scouse diamorphine.
What?
I've just been stupid.
Yeah, you're good. That's what we do, innit?
What's gigging in Northern Canada like? This
Press the
bleak-
button.
Yeah, press the button.
How long have you been in the UK?
10 years.
Let's just soften that up a little bit, all right? Welcome.
Thank you.
Where are your papers? What? I've heard some legendary road stories from like guys like Glenn Wool and Craig Campbell about two fucking comedians getting stuck in a car and driving for sort of a month and a half around the tour of like northern Canada and doing all these dates, and it's made it all like almost like
romanticized it.
Yeah.
I went and did one of those tours once, and then I thought, I'm going to leave this fucking country, and I came here. It's so bleak. You're just driving like thousands of miles to entertain rednecks, and it sucks.
That's the tour you want to do, innit, for your 40th birthday?
That's it.
Honestly, I'm at the point now where just to try and compete with Adam's tour, I will put tour dates in anywhere.
Nova
He's like,
Scotia.
I've added another tour date. I'm like, literally, he's put the 800 seater in Isle of Man, and then I've put in the 200. I'm like, yes, Isle of Man. If honestly, fuck Knuckleville, Northern Canada, I'll be like, bumfuckle Alabama, and also Nova Scotia sounds good.
Yeah, Nova Scotia is great. You can buy a house there for like $10,000.
And then double it up with Vancouver. That's one night.
No, but people always say Vancouver, like Canada, as if it's one country. Like, it is one country, but like,
It might as well be 6.
it might as well be. I've never been to Vancouver, and people are always like, "You've never been to Vancouver?" And it's like, it's farther away from where I grew up than we are from Moscow right now. Have you ever been 1,000 miles east of Russia or Moscow?
I think it's Canada the second biggest country in the world.
Yeah, next to Russia.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
So Vancouver's off. That's British Columbia, isn't it? Oh,
Yes,
that way.
west.
So you're from.
I'm from Ontario, which is the middle.
Okay.
Right above Michigan.
When people say rednecks, you're like, in my head, that's such a southern United States thing.
Canada's like 10 cities and a bunch of snow rednecks.
Snow rednecks.
I just made that up. I don't really know if that's a term. I was
the
just
south of America's dead hot. The north of Canada's frabs. Freezing.
So they get rednecks.
I don't know if that's the reason, Dan.
It needs to hang on it.
It needs the space to breathe as an awful joke, yeah.
I don't think it needs that much breathing. You know, you've had a clanger when you can hear Finn typing. I actually heard Finn typing. That's the basically.
I have enjoyed my time at Have a Word, but I will be moving on.
I seen a video a couple of years ago. Glenn Wool, another Canadian comic who
great
we've
comic.
had on the couch before. He went back home to Canada, and I'm pretty sure it's in the Northern Territories, and it was so cold. He had a cup of coffee, and he was outside, and he threw it, and it immediately became like snow and ice out of a coffee, a boiling hot coffee. As soon as it's out the cup, it was, that's how cold it was.
Yeah, well, they were doing that. I think the winter before last, it went viral, didn't it? That people in like Minnesota were like, "Oh my God, you just get a pan of boiling water and just throw it like that," and then it went viral. And then some fuckwit in Arizona tried it, and it didn't work.
But there's 3 children there. We want snow.
You burned my face, Mommy! Mommy!
Have to skin graft the dog.
Do you ever go back?
Yeah, like once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to go back after COVID. Like, I had to go back about a month ago because my family Googled it and found out that legally I was allowed to leave the UK.
You were planning to use COVID for years.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, no, we checked. They've changed the restrictions. You can come now." I was like, "Oh, that's great. I didn't know. I didn't think I'd see you for a decade, but yeah, I'll come home. Sure."
Do you take the missus with you when you go?
She was... No, once in a while. She was going to come this time, and then she was too pregnant, so she stayed back.
Too pregnant.
Too pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just going back to do family stuff. You're not. You are a UK comic.
It feels
who's from Canada. You don't gig back over there.
I did a couple gigs, but it feels rude when you've moved away from all the people you knew for your entire childhood to do your job. And when you only go back there 2 weeks a year, it feels rude to then be like, "Guys, I know I never see you, and I have not watched you grow up, and I barely know your names, but I'm going to go and work while I'm home." You just feel like an asshole. So
And I'll see you tomorrow, cousin 6 and 7.
Yeah. Whatever your names are.
I'd like to gig in Canada. I really would. Obviously there's Just for Laughs, the comedy festival, which I'm under the impression is
invite only.
Yeah, it's invite only, but I think it's getting slightly smaller as well. But I'd love to go over there. I really want to go to Toronto.
Very doable.
Yeah.
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 You would get a plane ticket. and then on the plane.
Yeah, I suppose I don't want to do it as much as I'm making out. I could really do it.
I think
It's
you
legally,
could.
it's allowed.
Yeah, it's as of early September they open the borders. You can.
I want to go to a Raptors game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Have you been to any sports over there?
No.
Did you?
No.
Did you go to say hockey and then realize you were going to lie?
I was going to lie to make it seem like I had. But I mean, I've been to like a lower level league hockey game, but never like a professional game. It's so boring and cold. But I don't like sports. So if you like sports or sport, as you say,
I think you want to go just as a sports fan.
yeah.
You want to go
The
and see a
spectacle.
sport where it's allowed. Fighting's allowed.
Fighting's
how is
it's
that? Not, I mean, hockey's amazing. They're having a dust up. They're like, all right, cool, let them have it.
As long as neither of them, what is it? I think go down or fall down, they're allowed to box on the ice.
They grab jersey.
Yeah.
There's almost never combinations.
No.
It's the ultimate. It's almost like, when you see the, what do they call it, arm wrestling, or when they've got to hold the table. They have to grab jersey, and then it's just haymaker, haymaker, haymaker. It's fucking great. And the refs are like, let him work it out. Let him work it out. I fucking love it.
And
I'd love to see that.
But it's great to just watch two millionaires who don't have to punch each other in the face. Like, they don't need to. They could both just say, listen, let's just play the game and take our money. Let's not risk our faces. But they're both like, no, I want to fucking break your nose.
I think
And you're
people
like,
would
okay.
be a lot more accepting of the rich and billionaires specifically if they just had to punch each other every now and then. Like, people wouldn't be asked about Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson racing to space if when they got to the moon, they just had a scrap.
Be up for that. Absolutely.
Why are you going to the moon? For that big fight. Dana White with Jeff Bezos.
A moon fight.
Lads, at the weigh-in. Fucking brilliant.
Did you see DiCaprio stealing his bird today?
What?
DiCaprio stealing Bezos' bird.
No.
Oh,
Seen it?
it's a great photo. It's just Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, whatever her name is, just like smiling, like
Yeah, proper swoon
At-
over DiCaprio.
at Leonardo DiCaprio. While Jeff Bezos just stands there.
And then Bezos uploaded a picture of him, and it's a sign. It says like caution, long fall, and he's leaning on it and saying, "Come over, Leo." Like kind of in on the joke. But
She must be fit.
she's not.
How good at blowjobs is that girl that she's like, oh, my options are one of the richest men in the world. No, he's the richest man in the world.
Elon Musk and one.
And then one of the biggest, most famous film stars, one of the sexy. How she even got herself in that situation? She was like, Leo or Jeff. How fit is she? Who is this woman? Who is she?
I think it's Lucy Pinder.
Oh, it's Lucy
Who are
Pinder.
you going for there? You going for Leo or Jeff? Because
Depends
he's
what you
fit.
Depends what you want, innit?
They got money.
Because I imagine she gets like extra Amazon Prime privileges that we don't get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Yeah,
I
you
mean?
think
Free
so.
Prime, at least.
I think.
Oh, you think that day delivery for everything?
Yeah,
Do you know what she gets? Do you know when you're watching Amazon and there's a film you want to watch and it goes, I'm going to buy it. She doesn't have to buy it.
Yeah.
It's all free.
Jeff Jeff has to put his little pin in.
Unless Leonardo DiCaprio's in it. Just personal.
Yeah, 50 quid.
He's bitter like that. I think
He
I'd
must be
I'd go
bitter.
Jeff. I'd go Jeff because even though he is uglier and like if I was like he's closer to death and richer, and I you have to. Leo looks like he could go for a while.
And he's a go-getter. Jeff Bezos. Leo just sits around and acts once in a while, which is fine. But like,
Bitches about whales and stuff. I'd be like, oh, bore off.
yeah, with your he's just flying around on a private jet talking about climate change.
Oh my god, I can see less
You know,
whales.
I'm doing a live Zoom conference from my jet talking about how we really need to stop doing what I'm doing.
Do you reckon Jeff Bezos really cares about the environment though?
No, gives a fuck.
He doesn't care about humans.
Never mind. He's got a private spacecraft.
He goes on a spaceship when he wants.
Like,
Not to get anywhere.
No, just to come back again.
It's not worse.
Oh, that's
If you had a private jet and you were like, where are you off? Oh, just doing a lap, coming back. That's worse than using it to get where you need to be.
Yeah, I suppose carbon footprint wise, sometimes I take the car out just for a drive. It does look a bit of a twat. Where you taking the private jet? Just to the Mackey's drive-through and back. Just fancy a bit of fresh air.
And not open. I have realised that because I've told you I like, you drive, don't you, Bobby?
Yeah.
Do you ever just enjoy a sit in the car when you get back?
Oh yeah, usually when I'm in a fight with my wife.
in a fight.
Well, like if we are hating each other,
Yeah.
or I've done something, then I'll just sit in the car for a while.
I love the diplomacy there. Not she's ever done anything. If we're in a fight, or I've done something.
It's not like a man-woman thing. It's like I'm the problem usually. Like my emotions are too intense, and they override my sense of logic, and then I make mistakes by blaming others.
See,
Wow, that sounded like something you've been told to say.
Yes. It's like a script I'm reading. Hello, and then I make mistakes and blame other people, and it is all my fault.
Do you need that to be legally witnessed by someone?
Yes.
Bobby, do it on the Have a Word podcast, right to the camera, if you don't mind.
I am sorry for what I've done.
Usually we clip
Please
things out
let
for
me go.
socials, but we'll clip this out for the lawyers.
Yeah.
But I love a sit in the car, but I'm going to have to start. I've got a diesel. I'm going to have to start turning the engine off because I like it to be a bit toasty, do you know what I mean?
the car on.
Yeah, just leave the car on.
For how long?
Sometimes like an hour and a half.
Why?
Sometimes I will just sit outside my house for an hour and a half.
That's insane.
It isn't.
It is.
What do you do in the car, though?
I'm just on my phone, sending a few emails, scrolling through shite, not going into the house.
Sleeping. Is everything all right? Genuinely starting to get a bit worried about you.
It's not like
How
when...
bad was that roast? That's it. I'm sleeping in the car. Fucking ridiculous.
It's not when she's in the house. It's when I get back and there's no one in the house and I'm just like, I'm comfy in the car. I pick my phone up as soon as I've not even turned the engine off, just put the handbrake on. And I just start having a little scroll, looking at some stuff and being like, oh yeah, and I just end up being there for a while. But I leave the car on, A, for the music and B, for the heat.
Have you ever had a wank in it?
Not this one.
You've had a wank in your car.
The wank at 70 miles an hour on the motorway when I was hungover once.
Not just before you sold it, part exchanged it. Oh, bloody hell, I haven't christened this.
You had a 70-mile-an-hour wank.
Was it? Did someone have a gun to your head?
No.
What?
That's not what he's into.
I don't know. I was really hungover and
Yeah, the M6 does get you horny, doesn't it?
it was on the way to Newcastle. I think I was around
Did you
Weatherby.
finish?
Weatherby. The A1. The sexiest of all the major routes.
Did you finish?
How much KFC? There's a Weatherby. There's a KFC at Weatherby. How good was that Zinger Tower burger that day? Are you kidding? Did you have a wank at 70?
So you've jizzed at 70 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Like it's come out that quick?
And it,
'Cause it's
Don't
moving.
get into the physics of it.
No, it's the speed of cum. What is the speed of cum?
It's like the speed of light.
Yeah.
Faster than the speed of cum.
look, it happened.
That's
Once.
mad, that. So it was imagination with your eyes open whilst driving.
No, there was porn on a big screen as I was driving, big advertising board.
Right.
No, that's a lie.
Wasn't like a car that you thought, oh, I really want one of them.
And, no, there's a big car crash, and tragedy turns me on.
This is where we slowly reveal that although Adam is a very business-minded, smart man, he's also a psychopath. And he likes watching people die.
On fire.
Right.
That's mad.
You feel a bit weird about telling us that?
It just felt really weird that it has never come up before.
Yeah.
On all the bollocks we've spoken, 250 episodes of this, the fact that hasn't come up. I feel like it might have.
I'm not on the moral high ground. I've had a wank on a National Express, so
A fully populated one as well.
No. There wasn't someone next to me going, "This is my seat, my area, it's not on the fucking armrest." No, there was no one. There's 3 or 4. We're trying to defend my National Express wank.
Where do you put your cum?
Tissue?
Okay, fine.
Bobby, have you ever masturbated at speed?
No, not while anything was moving. I've masturbated in a car that was stationary in a parking lot. I think I was like 13 and my parents went inside.
I was 13 when I did mine as well.
Oh, that is a dangerous wank, though, isn't it?
Yeah, because anyone walking by has now committed a crime. Like, I'm just opening up. If you're a 13-year-old masturbating in public, you're opening up everyone around you to, like, seeing something they cannot unsee. And then I saw a 13-year-old jerking off. Okay. Well, that's seared into your mind, isn't it?
That's so funny. That's the
Imagine.
power children have. Children can turn anyone into a paedophile.
Just walk
Watch
around
what
with
you're
their arsehole out.
saying.
They can. If a 10-year-old walks around with his arsehole out, everyone's a paedophile.
Yeah.
That's not how the law's going to see that.
No, I don't know.
The blame isn't going to be on everyone that looks at that arsehole.
No, but
like a pedo Medusa.
Like the game, isn't it?
No, but let's say you're caught on camera looking at the child's arsehole. At what second is it a crime?
Right, I think.
Because if you're like, fucking hell,
No, I
imagine you get away with it, but if you're like,
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends where the blood goes in your body. I think that's a big part of it.
No, I think they're going to track the CCTV back and be like, how long has this kid had its arsehole out? So say a 10-year-old in town with his arse out.
No, just-
If someone does this like, what the hell is that kid's arsehole? Then I'm going to be like, pedo, go to jail. Don't even look at the kid as he wanders off.
It's like this game, innit? If you put your finger in it, you win.
That felt too close to the 10-year-old. That.
like, considering that was already awful on many levels, for you to find a way to go, I'm going to ruin this.
That's
was
the
impressive.
power children have. They can make everyone a pedo, especially if they're fit.
Those are the words of a pedophile. Those
Aren't
are
they?
the words of an in denial pedophile.
Like, children aren't just beautiful and majestic; they're also powerful. All right, Adam.
On top of masturbating the car crash, it is sometimes I stare at kids and wonder, what if I did it?
Don't worry, the CCTV will save me. That kid's had his beautiful arsehole out for ages.
It's the 3-second rule, I think. You'll have 3 seconds and then no.
Of a 10-year-old's
Like dropping a
arsehole.
chip. Same rule.
Bobby's not gigging anyway. He's come specially up for this.
I'm happy.
I know
I'm
you
having
are.
a good time.
I know you are.
This is I'm comfortable.
This is what's.
I've had to train myself to not have these kind of conversations. I feel free.
That is what this podcast is going to be for some guests, isn't it? It's like, oh, all those things that I don't joke about out loud anymore because people look at me like I'm awful. You come here,
Yeah.
you can do it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Not for everyone, but it reminds me of getting hammered at uni and then getting back and realising, what if this happened? And I'm 40, the most responsible I've ever been in my life. And I come here to do that same stupid dickhead conversation I had at 19 years old.
That's how we lived our life. That's how we live our
I
life.
love it.
Walking home from
Welcome,
school.
Bobby.
Thank you.
Welcome. You got a podcast or anything? You must.
Starting
you've got-
one.
Like it.
What's it called?
Oh, well, I didn't want to just come on here and be like, I have a podcast too.
Oh, we do.
That's what this is here for, is
No,
to
my
plug
po-
shit.
It's coming out in a couple weeks. It's called The Year Is with Red Richardson. Do you know him?
I love Red Richardson.
Great comedian. You might not have met him yet, Dan. Very
Don't like
funny.
him. Not a keen.
No.
Not
his
keen.
Taliban joke that he did. I did a store with him recently. He was doing a 10, which I imagine will be his last one because he absolutely destroyed
Oh,
it.
I remember you saying he was too good for the spot.
He was too good to be doing a 10. He did
Oh, yeah,
not
he's
look-
a killer.
He did not look an inch out of place on that store built. In fact, he was better than one or two. And his Taliban joke that he closed on, which I will tell you in the interval if I haven't told you it yet, was so fucking great. So what do you know what it's going to be called? Sorry.
So we're doing a podcast called The Year Is. Every episode, we break down the weirdest events from a year in history. Wow. So you just take every year. If you look at 1782, a bunch of shit happened. That's fucking crazy. We're looking at 1547. You think that's 500 years ago? What could have happened in 1547? King Edward II banned boiling people alive, which means there was a conversation where some people would have been for it and some people against. Like there would have been a call where people I don't know. I think some people deserve to be boiled alive.
And then they'd be like, oh, you're so woke.
Yeah.
You're like anti-boiling.
Exactly.
You've got to think of the cauldron suppliers.
Yeah. We're gonna lose out.
That sounds.
But then
great.
it just
You
takes
haven't even started this podcast yet, and I want to be a guest on this podcast more than any other podcast in the world.
Okay.
I cannot believe how good an idea that is. Please have guests on. I want to be one.
Yeah, you could be a guest.
Fucking genius.
Thank you.
Talking shit about history with a Wikipedia page up.
Yeah.
Legend.
Oh, thanks, Dan.
Get it started,
Did you
man.
nearly say Wikipedia page there?
Wikipedia page. That's the power of children. They can change the
Listen,
internet.
let's start our. Let's start our own niche website, Wikipedia, where we just list all the pedophiles. I'm
You know it's wrong when WikiLeaks looks like the safe option.
Yeah.
Me and Adam in the Ecuadorian embassy, like.
Shall we take a small interval and then do some correspondence?
Yes. Wag lids. Hope you're enjoying today's patron exclusive. We've got some new merch that you can see over my boobie.
Is this real?
This is an ad, this,
Oh, for the merch.
for the merch that you're wearing.
Get one of these ones, but when you buy it, get one that fits you.
They come in different sizes, but I would definitely maybe order one size up, unless you want to feel like it's a Tammy Girl starter bra.
haveawordpod.com is where you get the merch from, and it'll save you wearing that pile of shite that you're wearing at the minute.
We just said don't be doing the mean thing. You look like a fucking pedo. Get some merch, but he can't help himself.
But look at them. Look through the camera at the fucking scruffy twat on the other side of it.
I like you. I think you look good,
Fucking pathetic.
but you'll look better in Have a Word Pod merch.
That's what I was saying, just in a more polite way.
And that's here, because Carlo put the graphic in.
Haveawordpod.com if you can't read.
Get on me. Which section is this, Adam?
I've lost count.
Oh, right. 4 of 4, everyone. Full house.
So, Bobby, we have some questions
Okay.
sent in by people who adore our work.
Great.
Stand-up question quick, or do you want to get into the bullshit?
No, I'll stand-up question for
Whatever is in your heart, guys.
Wag
sorry.
lids.
Just quickly, if that's all right. I know you've worked really hard on this.
I don't.
You know
I think really hard is a
know what?
stretch.
I respect you. How long have you been doing stand-up?
16 years.
Wow, okay. I just wanted to know that. That's okay.
And you started in Canada, did one of those tours, and went, "Fuck it, I'm going to the UK."
Yeah. Oh, but I did 6 years in Canada. My first gig, there was a sound guy. His name was Earl the Squirrel.
Say that again.
Well, his nickname was Earl the Squirrel. I don't know his last name.
Earl the
L.
Squirrel.
Yeah,
The
Earl.
squirrel.
Yeah, it only works if you've got that accent. Earl
And,
the Squirrel.
Yeah.
yeah, there was this. One of the hardest I've ever laughed was Earl. One time I turned on the news. This is about a year into comedy. And Earl was like an odd dude. He had like his own soundboard and he'd hit like a button and it would go, Earl, 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 Earl. And I turned on the news and Earl's face is on the news. And it said he was showing child pornography to children in a mall. It was like, oh my God.
If you actually look more into that story, he was actually just looking at a child's ass.
No.
He was like, "This is how powerful you are."
Everyone in comedy was like, fuck this guy. Fuck Earl. He's a fucking asshole. People were like, if I see him at my show, I'm going to punch him in the face. Turns out he was showing Family Guy to his own kids. And a crazy person said it was child pornography. His life was ruined. And that was the first guy I met in comedy. I just wanted to tell a sad story.
I have wanked to Family Guy, to be fair. And anything is porn, if you really want it to be.
Juanita.
I bet it was the baby.
Where were you driving that day?
What?
Where were you driving that day? Fucking Weatherby again.
Have you
It's the
wanked?
episode where Meg gets popular.
Oh, Meg. Not Meg. It's Lois, though, isn't it? Come on.
It's Mila Kunis, though, isn't it?
It's Meg.
If you can hear Mila Kunis, shoot
You
eyes.
can see Meg. Bless him. I loved some of the weirdos. Sound techs are such fucking lunatics.
They just
Lovable
haunt comedy
lunatics.
clubs, don't they?
That's brilliant. We literally have a ghost in the Frog and Bucket that is haunting the frog while he's alive
Yeah, it's amazing.
and on the payroll. Colin, I love you. But it's like he's like,
He's always there.
comedy shit, feedback, lazy material. You're like, you're still alive, Cole. You're not a ghost yet.
See, I get on really well with Colin now, and he's told me he likes what I now do on stage.
Oh, yeah.
What I know you now do.
But I know how much he hated me for a long time. And he told me some of the feedback he'd given to a Thursday 10. He's like, this guy, this is what I said. And I was like, can I see what you used to say about me? And he was like, honestly, We don't want to do that.
I had to have an argument with Col in front of him going, get him out of the middle section. It's fucking ridiculous. You've got a headliner in the middle section. It doesn't walk anywhere, just fucking hovers like a vampire.
He floats for sure.
Vampire BJ.
Lazy. Staying alive. Ironically. Hi, Lids. Got a question here from someone I deleted the name of. Hi, Lids.
Keith Rivington.
Keith Rivington.
The
wide
6'6"
receiver.
wide receiver.
4'6'5", Carl. Shut up.
Sorry.
Hi, Lids. Been going down a YouTube rabbit hole lately of an American comedian, Andrew Schultz. I'll check him out. I've been watching loads of his crowd work on YouTube. It made me want to ask you, how well do you think an American compere would do in a UK comedy club and vice versa? What are the hurdles they would have to overcome? What are the differences? And are there any who have done it?
Well, for me, the big distinct differences between American crowd work and UK crowd work is American crowd work is always a roast. From what I've seen, it's always, this guy looks like a fucking arsehole, and here's why. Whereas over here, it's a lot more conversational and like, what do you do? Oh, that's like, there's more sort of like...
But I think it might be the kind of American comics you're watching.
Maybe.
So we probably have similar sensibilities.
Yeah.
So yeah, and those guys aren't really hosts either,
Yeah. They're probably, like, if you're seeing crowd work from an American comic, they're probably the headliner.
Yes.
Right.
Because the opener, there's no MC really. The opener just goes on and opens, don't they?
No, but there's MCs. There's good MCs.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the Key and Peele sketch where he does the roast comedy of the crowd, where the MC does the roast comedy of the crowd, and there's a guy at the end of the line and he's roasting everyone like, oh, this guy looks like he watches too much porn, and he's doing the classic hacky American style roasting everyone one by one, and then he gets to the end of the line in the front row and there's a guy with horrific burns and one of those voice boxes, and he's like, do me. And he's like, no, man. He's like, no, go on. I can take it. And then he roasts him, called him Freddy Krueger. And the crowd are like, whoa. And he was like, he said do it. He's like, it hurts. The tears sting. It's so good.
There's a great roast video from Schultz. And the minor details of this I might get wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's in like Denver or something, right? And there's a guy in a wheelchair on the front row, and he heckles Schultz twice. And it just, the video just starts, and obviously he's got a full team around him for editing and stuff. He heckles him twice, and Schultz is like, this guy, he's like, I fucking carried you down the fucking stairs. And then it cuts to the video. Schultz and his boys literally carried this lad into the basement for the venue and helped him get to the front row. He's like, this fucking wheelie motherfucker, right? Like, I carried you down the fucking stairs, you're gonna fucking shout it. It's fucking... And he's so, because he's bought that sort of, and obviously the whole audience have seen them carry this guy in. He's got, and his audience totally know that he's developing a proper reputation, Schultz. If you're on the front row, he's going to talk to you and he's going to do this roast thing. They're so on board with it, and so is the guy in the wheelchair. And it's just a perfect example of how you can say the most horrendous shit and be properly punching down and in front of the right audience. It doesn't fucking
They're
matter.
Schultz's people. They know his sense of humour. They've signed up to it. Doing that in a club where everyone's like, oh, let's just have a nice Friday night is a different fucking vibe. The major difference, see, what you're doing there is going, oh, that's crowd work. That's comparing. That's not. That's Schultz headlining, doing crowd work. The main difference I know for a fact with the American compares and the UK compares is they have a culture of listing someone's CV before they bring them on.
Yeah.
So it's par for the course that in America, they're like, this guy, they've even done it on, we mentioned Are You Garbage? On their podcast, they do it like they're comparing on the guest. They'll read out all his achievements. They had Mark Normand on, and it just got embarrassing. Like, yeah, because Mark Normand is fucking amazing. He's got a massive CV. Just cherry pick some of the highlights. They did the whole thing. Because in America, like, whoa, yeah, that is what I've done. Yeah, but over here, if you listed someone's CV, the crowd would be like, all right, Billy Big Bollocks. No one wants to hear it.
So I've heard that before, that the crowd would be like that over here. And I think that's a bit of a fallacy, you know. I think, personally, I think when I've been brought on, I did the store recently, and Alistair Barry was comparing, and he was like, your last act tonight is Adam Rowe. You're going to see him on the upcoming series Alive at the Apollo. He's done roast battle. And I walked on, and that audience were fucking sound.
Right. Cool. Comedy Store with Al Barry, Professional Bill, fucking Comedy Club, Rotherham Hotel, Friday night, shit tannoy system, crap support, knobhead compare, you're closing, everyone's angry, 3 people have lost their job that day. Right, this guy has been on Roast Battle. I don't have cable. This he also, it's not. It's a. I know what you mean, but there are some nights where you just want your name said. You walk on and you do your stuff.
I think there's a lot of people though, and the reason I said it's a bit of a fallacy is they think even at the store, that wouldn't work, or even at a proper club that wouldn't work, and I don't really buy that. I think if you walk on with the right energy after that intro, it's fine, and I'm quite a high status stand-up, so I don't mind it when people like his
Phil Walker in St Anne's, Lancashire. This next, he literally did this. This next guy, brilliant, from Preston, lives. I think he lives in Chester, and he's got a podcast, and you can literally see people in St Anne's going, I don't even know what that is. I couldn't give a fuck. And then he said where I'm from in Preston, which is not something I say him as a like. Phil is a mate of mine, and he was trying to be nice. I was like, shut up. Let me do the fucking bits about me.
Yeah, I hate even when people say I'm from Canada, like introing me in stand-up, I'm like, well, don't fucking tell them that. Let me reveal things about myself.
Yeah.
He had a bisexual experience at 22.
The only time I've had it once in the UK where the MC, I can't remember, I think it was Top Secret in London. They bigged me up, say all my credits, and I walked on stage and I really had to piss before my set. I went and took a piss, and then I was wearing like gray sweatpants, and I had just pissed all over like I didn't finish pissing. So I didn't finish pissing. So I walk on stage and I look down as he's just said like all of my like whatever credits. And I look down and I'm covered in piss. And that's good. It just brings you right back down to earth. They're like, oh, who's this guy? And it's like, I was like, look, I'm still a man covered in my own piss. So let's...
I've got a great agent, but terrible bladder control.
We've all pissed on ourselves. It's not like we're all above pissing on ourselves.
Yeah.
Dick control. Have you pissed on yourself, Adam?
On the A1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the most annoying thing is that when you've done the shake, and you've done it, and you've waited the 4 seconds, and you're like, everything fine? We're going to be good? Everything going to be all right? Are you ready? We can go back in the undies? Mr. Dick? All good? You sure?
All right, Adam.
Okay.
I'm good.
And in we go, and then it's just like, and just a little tiny...
4 seconds. Is that a rule? Is that the little known 4 second rule? Piss, end, count 4. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi. Oh, there was more.
Yeah.
Right.
How long do you wait? An hour and a half.
I'm wiping up. That's fucking sprinkler dick. Next question.
Okay.
Bobby, from Hannah Harvey. Wag,
No.
I have a question for you. I've been single for nearly 2 years now.
I'll shag you.
Yeah, and through...
If you want.
That'll do. Next question.
There's probably something wrong with her emotionally.
Do you like green peppers? I've been single for nearly 2 years now, and through the dreaded Rona, found myself turning to dating apps to cure the bedroom, to cure the boredom of lockdown. However, with that came the realization that dating apps are full of lunatics. And therefore, I developed a strategy to weed out the anti-vaxxers, HS2 supporters, flat earthers, etc. But opening with one simple question.
HS2? At the train.
She just threw HS2 and you can want a faster train. I mean, I'm not pro-HS2, but I'm not anti-HS2. I don't know enough about it, but wanting a faster train is different than being...
It's not a red flag, is it?
A conspiracy theorist who wants to get from Liverpool to London in under an hour. That's a conspiracy. It's not possible.
I don't want anyone who buys the fast pass at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I'm not having it. You wait your turn.
It doesn't make sense unless you own farmland in Staffordshire. What is your most... So this is what she asked to weed out the fucking mentals. One question, bang. What is your most controversial opinion? It's worked a treat, saved me a lot of time, and actually led to some funny and or interesting interactions. For some insight, a lot of people seem to think Nando's is overrated, and someone thinks Kanye West is the true leader of the free world. I roll.
Correct.
So, what I want to know is, what would each of you say is your most controversial opinion? Absolutely love the pod. It's kept me going through the lockdown, and I look forward to the Patreon exclusive and early access every week. Hannah, that is a phenomenal question. It's well written, and then you also do the patrons, the tits bit at the end.
But you can't.
No one's answering that question honestly.
Yeah, we can't
Listen, I
answer
can't
that.
tell you what I really think.
No, not on the internet.
No.
Forever.
Wallets up for paedophiles?
You can't say what you really think
No.
on
Like
the
what
Have a Word podcast.
Yeah.
Have you been holding back for this 200 records?
Yes.
Because it hasn't seemed like it. You just told us you had a wank on the A1 near Wetherby.
That's not an opinion, though. It's a fact.
I deal in facts. I deal in absolutes.
Oh, don't quote that cunt on this. That's getting cut out, that.
He's dead sounding.
Gobshite.
The world is
He's a
just
great
so
orator.
full of everyone screaming opinions right now. It's like, I don't want to just start picking a team.
I
publicly.
do.
What team?
go on then.
Okay,
What-
go.
you
You,
go
you
first.
Well,
start
I
this.
have literally I stood by one recently.
What is it?
Idris Elba is shit.
Oh, it's coming back as well.
It's shit. And he's just got a Luther film. Who the
Is it a
fuck-
film?
Who the fuck
I don't
needs
think
a
it's a
Luther
film.
Oh my!
Is
it is.
it?
It's a film. It's a Luther film. Do you know how I know it's a Luther film? Because I want to know exactly what I'm definitely not going to watch.
Imagine if it turns out to be like a James Bond prequel. That'd be fucking amazing.
Controversial opinion. I would love a black James Bond, as long as it's not Idris fucking Elba. I'd rather have Trevor McDonald. Rigobert Song. Anyone. Any black man. Keith Rivington. I do not want Idris Elba being, oh, fuck, I'm James Bond. Shaken, not stirred. I was a fucking tiger. You naughty cunt. Awful. He's dog shit. Handsome man.
What about The Wire? He's not. You're saying he's not good in The Wire?
Fucking brilliant in The Wire. When they wrapped up The Wire, he really went a bit dog shit. Luther is Dexter levels shit.
To be fair,
Oh, fucking hell, I'm Idris Elba. Everyone loves me. I'm fucking handsome. He even fucks up the Sky
you ever
adverts.
seen it?
The
It sounds
Sky
like
adverts are shit. Oh, here I am in a lovely bit of fucking knitwear. Oh, I'm watching Sky that I definitely pay for because I'm on the adverts. Lovely, naughty. I'm going to sing a little bit of rap. Fucking don't. I am pro Black James Bond, just not fucking Idris.
Okay, isn't done. Adam?
And that's how you get puss on Tinder.
Mince pies are shite.
Yeah. Poo.
Mince pies are shite.
It's like a lasagna with it in a cake.
What fruity lasagna have you had?
It's mincy in it.
It's not mincy. It's fruit.
Yeah, minced fruit. He didn't say minced beef. He didn't say it was beefy. He said it was mincy, and it is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mine is wallets are for paedophiles.
Wallets for paedophiles.
Yes.
Always, or just recently?
What do you mean?
Well, I think wallets used to be pretty fucking useful. Now it's like,
Paedophile.
grow up.
Yeah.
I've got
Right.
a little wallet.
No, yours is different. Yours isn't a wallet.
Mine's a card
Yours is a
carrier.
card holder. That's a little bit different.
Yeah.
He means the big thick and
Finn's
chunky
got
one.
a wallet. Like a granddad's got.
Velcro.
Hang on. Hang
and you
on.
needed
that
it
was
to
a
carry your
bastard.
money.
Can you do that impression of a granddad again?
Hey. Yeah, kid, £5 there, lad. Fuck off.
Bobby, have you got a wallet?
No, I carry a debit card around.
Yeah,
Yes.
Because I don't have cash
Your
anymore.
card's in your phone.
No, but I used to have a wallet when I had a wad of cash.
Yeah.
They're for paedophiles.
Oh, I remember pulling out a wad of cash once
Feels
when I was
great.
taking a girl out. I'd just been paid a double the night before. I had about 450 quid. And I pulled out, and there was a bit of me who was like, I'm pulling a wad out. She went, get your fucking wad of cash away, you dickhead. I was like, "Urgh."
Yeah, you look like a gobshite.
She absolutely slammed me down. I was like, is this going to give me more pussy? It's going to give me less pussy. Damn.
You got a little fucking Forever Friends card. You
Right,
better
but
bought you and
like, can we
shit.
just say with wallets and paedophilia, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'll give it you. But like traditionally they were useful, weren't they?
Yeah.
Right. All right.
But traditionally, anal before 5 minutes before your birthday was what Adam said earlier.
That was not a tradition. He made that tradition up 3 seconds before he said it.
Do you have a wallet?
No.
Good.
No.
We don't need one
Children
anymore.
have no power over me. Bobby.
Yes.
Now you realise you're not going to get done for like trans rights issues.
No, I know.
What unconventional? You look like a man who's harbouring quite a few offbeat, unconventional opinions.
Wait, we didn't talk about the mince pies. I'm thinking. I need more thinking time.
Okay. Mince pies are shit. Always have been.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to say, all right, I tell you what, we mentioned it before. I fucking hate roasts.
Friends is overrated.
Oh.
Adam, you get the gun. You get the gun.
Do you know what? It is, but I'm going to continue to overrate it. I'll let you have it. Like, the more sitcoms, I'm so emotionally attached to Friends because I grew up with it. But the more sitcoms I watch, I understand that the criticisms of it. That it's sort of, like, every line's supposed to be a joke, and when it's like that, whatever. I think it's really good, but I probably think the fact that it's still on Comedy Central for 18 hours every day is probably a bit much.
Yeah, it was funny, yeah.
I don't know if this is an opinion, but it's a thought that I'm ashamed of. Whenever I get excited when celebrities die, because then we get to reminisce about all the good times they had. So
The
like,
opinion is celebrity death is fun.
It is. My opinion is it's great when celebrities die. Like, it's great. I hope to someday be one of those dead celebrities. It's great. Because if a celebrity's sick, I'm like, come on, just fucking die so we can talk about how great you were and forget the few things you did that were very questionable.
Yeah, you being ill isn't helping record
No,
sales.
when you're ill, no one wants to listen to your music. They just think, oh, it's not fun. Once you're dead, you're back, baby.
There's a vigil.
Yeah.
Yes. 2016 was a great year for Bobby.
Yeah.
Everyone was dying. Bowie, Wogan, can't remember anyone else. Jeremy Beadle,
Great.
And he loves all three of them.
Yeah.
George
I'm
Michael
triple headliner.
died on Christmas Day as well.
My favorite thing is when a celebrity does, and then you find out about that celebrity, and then you love them, and then you pretend you like them before they died.
Right, yeah. Oh, who's this guy everyone's on about here? Oh,
Teddy
that's a
Wogan.
catchy song.
Oh, they...
Like when Snape died, when Alan Rickman died, I got to watch all the Harry Potters again.
Yes.
Yeah.
With a sense of, like, he was amazing. And he was amazing. He's
Yeah.
a great actor.
And died. And he only started acting when he was like 83 or something.
It's a fact.
83.
It's a fact.
He
And
died
he
at,
died.
like, 50.
He died at 57, but he started acting at 83.
He started acting really late,
interesting.
though. He never did a
Benjamin
single
Button.
bit of acting, apart from when he was like lying to his wife, until he was like in his 50s, I think.
50s.
But he won a BAFTA for lying to his wife. That's how he got into acting.
It's Hans
That's how good he
Gruber.
was.
50.
Hans Gruber, he was in the Die Hards, and then what was he was the sheriff of Nottingham, wasn't he?
I don't think you can
Lover.
say he's in the Die Hards just because he's briefly in a flashback of falling off a building in Die Hard 3.
Oh, is that all he was?
He's only in Die Hard
He's in
1.
the first one and he dies in it. Spoilers.
Gets shot.
Shot out of
Robin
a window.
Hood. I know this is going to be shot down, but that Robin Hood Prince of Thieves that came out
He's
in
the sheriff of
92,
Nottingham, right?
It's a sneaky fucking great film.
Yeah.
Great.
It's cheesy as fuck, but it's so good.
But it is something that I don't like saying out loud because I don't like laughing at people's like appearance. The witchy woman in it with a cloudy eye genuinely makes me want to throw up. Every time she's on the screen, I feel nauseous.
Oh yeah,
But is it really her face or is it makeup?
no, she's not just like an ugly bird from Nottingham.
I don't know.
You'll do.
Come on,
Come on.
get Sharon in. All right, no. Fucking hell, you need to kill that bitch, ladies.
Yeah, she makes me want to go and pause the film. Well, probably not pause the
Because
film
that's
because then
too-
by the time I've thrown up,
She's
she'll be
still
on the
there.
screen.
You'd never get to watch it.
I like how Morgan Freeman is a black man playing a Moor, and he manages to make that character a little bit racist. Even though he's black, he's like, hello, I'm a Moor. I will save you. You're like, Morgan, turn that down a little bit.
What film's this?
Robin Hood.
Prince of
Yeah, he
Thieves.
is, isn't it?
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Did you think what, the look you gave me was like, lad, I think I'm thinking about a different Robin Hood.
You did a bit Mandela. That was a bit Mandela.
Have you watched Morgan Freeman's
Yes.
like Saracen character is sort of not all right.
Saracen the Gladiator. I want gladiators.
You having a good time? Having a good time? Fucking bunch of pricks.
Bobby.
Imagine if I actually lost my temper about Morgan Freeman in Robin Hood. Fuck off! Twat.
Bobby, do you have any controversial film opinions? I always like them on people like, oh, it's shite.
Get Out was dog shit.
Oh, I quite liked it, mate.
No.
Psychological
Started
thriller.
off.
Can we let Bobby answer one question?
I love the,
that was
tension.
actually that was asked to Bobby, and I was like, "Fuck that."
My favorite. Okay, so there's a part. You ever see Straight Outta Compton?
Yeah.
Okay, great movie.
Yeah.
There's a part in it where Ice Cube is fucking all these women, and then he's just married. And it's really weird. He just goes from fucking to being married. You don't see him meet his wife. He's just married. And
maybe in the fucking all the women scene, the last one he's fucking, you're supposed to just assume that's it.
no, this is why. His son is playing him.
Yeah.
Which means the whole movie, his son is pretending to be his father and acting like his father while pretending to fuck women. And for them to film a scene where he meets and courts his wife, then his son would have to pretend to be his father while pretending to fuck someone who's pretending to be his mother. And that's why they just cut to him being married, because that's fucking disgusting. and
Too many layers.
And Ice Cube is a producer on the film, which means Ice Cube would have been on set watching his son pretending to be him while pretending to fuck someone pretending to be his mother.
Oh my god! If you got
And
lost
that's
there,
why they just cut to him having a wife.
incestual.
Incestual.
Yeah.
I want to say Inception and incest there, and literally my mouth could not do it.
Do you, aside from Luther being shit, do you have any controversial TV or film opinions, Daniel?
No.
I still want to talk about Get Out being shite.
I thought it was really good.
No, because it starts as like this creepy,
Inception.
what's going on? And then they're like, way, Star Trek. Like halfway through. They just changed from creepy.
No, it's always that. It's just, this isn't it straight away. It's what will it be?
It's bollocks.
It's not Star Trek. You
It's
don't land on a spaceship and
it's so good.
It's
a very
it's a
good
relegation zone film.
I'm in between. I do agree, Adam, though, that the tension that is created in the first half of Get Out is so intense that it doesn't, the second half of the film, I don't think lives up to what you're expecting.
Yeah.
So I'm not
That's exactly what I
But
mean.
I wouldn't say it's shit.
But I like those.
But I think because of that, it's shit.
I
Okay.
think those light switch films are kind of when you're like, you think you're watching one thing and then it just clicks and you're like, oh, like Dusk Till Dawn. I watched Dusk Till Dawn and no one told me what Dusk Till Dawn was. And this was in the not Scorsese, Tarantino era of like, it's all cool, it's guns, it's heist, it's kidnap, like, and when it became Dusk Till Dawn, when it was vampires, like that, I watched it going, oh, I loved it. I like that sort of shift on a film. Do you know what I mean?
It's like watching Sophie's Choice, and then in the second half, Spider-Man's in it.
Which, let's be honest, would be interesting.
Come on, Spider-Man fighting at a concentration camp to save 2 kids?
That'd be unbelievable.
That'd be fucking amazing.
The boy with striped pajamas featuring Iron Man.
Yeah.
The boy with Spider-Man pajamas.
So much funnier than my attempt at Inception and incest.
But that means
Just do jokes that you can say, and that's
But
why Andy Rowe is playing all over the Isle of Man in 2022.
But he has striped pajamas, but really it's like a prison uniform, right? Which means if he had Spider-Man pajamas, then actually that means the Nazi uniform for the prisoners is Spider-Man pajamas, which means the Nazis love Spider-Man and he'd be on their side. So,
Plot
Ruined the
holes.
film.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, and then in the film, you just
Spider-Man.
see one of the Nazi guards walks past. You're like, oh, Stanley.
yeah.
In the background.
Yeah.
Home Alone shit.
Home Alone 3 is the best Home Alone.
Home Alone 1 is
Shut
shit.
the fuck up,
Home Alone 1's shite.
you silly twat.
It's the best one.
Oh, what?
It's all just nostalgic
There's a
bollocks.
parrot
It's shite.
that drives its own remote control car.
Touch me. Home Alone.
And
out.
might be the best film ever.
Fuck it.
Chicken Run's the best film.
Home Alone would have been a good film if at the end they kill the kid. Mike, I think that's a better movie because he sacrifices himself to save the family home.
That's so true.
Yeah. I think he shouldn't have made it through.
If they just got back to his twisted corpse.
Yeah.
Because Pesci had got hold of him.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he dies,
I'll give you that.
he dies in his mom's arm. And he's like, Mommy, I saved the house. That'd be a good movie.
Just
That's
bleeding
so
out.
true.
Yeah.
Just as they get back.
If they actually got him.
Yeah.
Home Alone 3 is the best
You
one. though.
piss me off with that. That's
Why?
so silly.
Home
Why is
Alone
it silly?
Shit.
Wrong.
It's better. Is there a parrot that drives a remote control car in 1 or 2?
Back to the Future 3 might be the best Back to
No,
the Future.
2. It's 2. It's not even close. Number 2.
2 is so grim.
Bollocks. It's all
Grim.
old and shite. Oh, man. No, bollocks. It's number 2. I can't even be asked to argue with it because it's number 2. Don't start.
And that's allowed. That shite's allowed. But my Back to the Future is bollocks.
Is there a
There's a
parrot that
difference.
drives
Have you
a
got
car?
a safe? Get a safe. What?
Is there a parrot that drives a car in number 1 or number 2?
Is that what makes a good film? Yeah.
Tell me one film that a parrot driving a car would not improve. One film.
The Pianist.
Bollocks. If while he was fucking doing his thing, there was just a parrot doing
You
laps
have
of the piano.
no idea what the Pianist is. The Pianist. In Adam said the Pianist as well. So guy plays piano, hour and a half, 5 Oscars. Dead good.
There's a lot of times in that movie where he's struggling to find food, and the parrot could drive him some food, maybe.
There you go.
Bombed out Berlin.
Yeah.
Who's a pretty boy? I will die on the hill of this opinion I've just invented. Parrots driving cars improve all films.
What about the biopic of
Kaiser
Diana?
Sose just walks down the road, starts instead of hobbling, starts walking normally,
And he gets
then
in the car and winks
just
at the
behind
parrot.
him, the fucking remote control. Every film.
Every film?
Fact. Hill dead. Well, this has been a ridiculously wonderful, stupid one. I'm sick of saying it. Can we do a confession? There's one come in, and we do the confessions on the Patreon episodes, but this came in yesterday, and I need to say it to 60, 70,000 people.
Okay, but this is the last time we're doing a confession on a public. From now on, confessions stay to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Until I
Bang the
wanna
gavel
do a
on
confession.
Patreon.
We're not doing a lock-in. We fucking are. Lids. Around. Oh, by the way, we do confessions now.
Oh, great.
And people really lean in.
They're opening up.
And it's our job to either absolve them or give them some penance.
Okay, so we're trying to help.
No. If you're like, oh, I don't know what this music is, get on the Patreon, you fucking nana. Home Alone 3. Right.
Back to the Future 3.
Lids, around 5 years ago. Lids, around 5 years ago, I was out with my ex-girlfriend and our friendship group. We had a
I know
massive...
where this is going.
We had a... If you do, you've had a fucked up upbringing. We had a massive argument and just went to different clubs. Anyway, I went home and I got a message off her auntie asking about what happened. Cut a long story short, I went round and fucked her auntie, and she smoked the pipe. After polishing her off, I was around 5 minutes away from home, and I got a phone call from my then girlfriend saying she was on her way to mine and she would be around 10 minutes. So when I got home, I quickly got a shower, and I ended up having sex with my partner about half an hour after having my pipe in her auntie's pussy and mouth. It was beautifully written. It was very awkward for the next 2 years till we eventually, no shit, split up. I've only told one person, and they were gobsmacked. What's your thoughts? Am I absolved, or is Jermaine penance due?
My thoughts are that there are several details missing from this story.
Yeah.
So how did their auntie know something had gone on?
And why did he go there?
So, I mean, if that
I'm
isn't...
guessing she was one of those party old people where they're like 55 and they're still at the club, and you're like, what are you doing here? But and they're probably an alcoholic, and it's just like...
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're very... You've just got to assume that there was a text or something. Like, oh my God, I've had an argument with him. He's been a total dick.
He has an argument with the fella and texted auntie.
And then shags her. He's keying him.
Yeah. I mean, you've just sort of got to believe what happened, really, haven't you? And then judge...
I think the auntie's the one who betrayed. She betrayed her niece. He just cheated.
Yep. I agree
She
with that. He
betrayed
did something wrong,
family.
she did something wrong.
Hers is more of the auntie is more of a betrayal than the partner,
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah. I don't think he's,
I'm not saying he's great.
he fucked her auntie. I mean, it is a weird situation. I'll give you this. You have got to sort of like, when he's like, cut a long story short, you're like, I think you've got out a lot of the details, but let's assume that there was a text like, he's been an absolute dickhead. And she's very close. So she's been like, oh my God, Azzy, this always happens. I'll text him to sort it out. Like, and then he's gone, oh, I'll go round. He's known full well that he's going to try and bang the auntie.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I feel like the text she sent was, I've heard you had an argument with Kaylee. Do you want to come and pound my pussy?
I feel like what probably also gets left out is like 3 years of flirting
Yeah.
and just intense, not even necessarily words,
Reaching for
just,
the same spring roll at a christening.
just eye contact.
But you could have just cock.
I wonder how old she was. Like, she's probably in her 40s, this auntie. I remember being in my 20s and be like, oh, women in the 40s are so old. Ugh. And now I'm like, yes, mate.
Yeah, let's.
I've always
party.
just, when I was in my 20s, which I still am, I looked at women in their 40s like, ooh, they've got money.
Right.
To buy him stuff after he shagged him.
Got money. Famously, everyone in the 40s is loaded.
Yeah.
Not like absolutely hammered with
You should
debt
be,
and
though.
tired from childhood.
You should
Probably
have
got
money
more
in your
money
40s.
than me.
Yeah.
Right.
Because at the time when I was thinking this, I had
Did
negative money.
Did you think you were so fit as a young man in your 20s that women in the 40s would pay to fuck you?
No.
Well, what's the money doing?
I thought they'd buy me tea.
That's how much you love a roast.
Yeah.
You'll fuck for lamb.
I would. Yeah. A
Adam.
good roast dinner.
Adam, I've heard you've had an argument with our fucking... Come round. Got the oven on.
I'll come round.
You've cheated on your missus with their aunties and then fucked her. Like, it's so grim. It's so Jeremy Kyle.
Yeah.
I love it.
2
though.
years as well.
I fucking love
2
it.
years. I don't know how he kept that within him.
2 years of christenings with dirty auntie. Like,
Should have cleft lip.
It's not. It's not like the auntie's going to tell. The secret is safe.
It is safe.
Yeah, because she's double fucking herself. She's
Yeah.
like,
She
loses
can't be
everything.
like, still with him, are you?
By the
One
way,
fight with you.
What does that mean?
they always smoke, the dirty old ladies in our bits.
Everybody you ever speak about smokes.
Fucking hell.
What, you telling me she can put her niece's fella's dick in her mouth, but not a fucking ciggy?
Wet the baby's dad. See you there. Shoo me at the fucking...
Shoo me, still can't say it. Shoo my.
Shoo my.
What's your... who's... Go on.
He needs
Make
some
a
penance,
judgment.
Sonny.
Cardinal Rowe.
I think...
He needs to fuck her uncle.
I think you need to put business cards in phone boxes for like widow shagging. You need to shag 3 more women of a certain age who just need, women have needs as well. So women who've lost their husbands to like gout or war.
gout.
Who dies of gout?
Women that lost their husbands to gout are all dead.
Do you know what gout is?
Any Black Death widows.
Yeah.
Did you lose your Arthur in 1382?
So the first great plague.
Did your husband die in
When
the Great Fire of
pestilence-
London? Gout.
So women
Spread
who've lost
across
their
Egypt.
partners to any disease of the heart.
Or gout or war.
Gout or war?
War gout.
It's the worst kind.
Trench
Oh,
foot.
awful. When you just get too much rich meat in a trench.
Yes.
Trench gout.
Or heart attacks or strokes or the big C. For
Well,
women who-
they're less funny, aren't they? Statistically, you're bob on.
So any women in their, let's say 50 plus, who've lost men, you need to find 3 of them and fuck them for free.
Right. And if you can't find them, let's start the app now. For grieving widows who want young dick.
Gout widows. We call it gout widows.
Gout widows.
Grinder.
I think you can have some copyright
Just
issues
saying.
there. Beryl's lonely.
What a business mind. Grinder. I've invented Grinder. You can fuck old women on it. I think they.
Grief dar.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't prep.
He gets to shag more people for his penance. He's fucking made up.
Yeah, but as a service.
Oh, he's going to be good at the bottom.
Yes.
Anyway, let's do a have a word and then get the fuck out of Dodge. One or two? Just going for one? The whole podcast. Now it's just the final 10% sounds. This is from Matt Buckley. Says, Wag Waggalids, have a word with the scruffy parents and the hotel staff. They were on holiday recently. So me and my bird were on holiday in the Dominican Republic. Ooh, fancy. We were spending the day by the pool. It was ram-packed, not a spare seat anywhere. There was a couple in front of us with their son, about 4 or 5 years old. We like to refer to the mum as topless saggy tits. Okay. All of a sudden, she needs to be on the Grief app. All of a sudden, the child needed the toilet, as kids are wont to do. But instead of taking the child to the toilets that were located 15 meters away, the parents sat their son on the top of the bin by the pool to take a shit. Both parents were cheering him on as he was taking a dump right next to us. Me and my girlfriend looked at each other in shock. The family then took their belongings and walked away. What makes it even worse is that we asked 7 different members of staff to change the bin and explain the situation, but an hour and a half went by and the bin still had not been changed. At this point, you can only imagine the smell with the heat and flies surrounding the bin. One of the staff members we asked to change the bin walked over, looked inside the bin, to our horror, picked up several pint glasses from the same fucking bin and walked away. We ended up having to pay an employee $20 just to remove the shitty bin containing human crap, and we did not want a drink from a pint glass for the remainder of our holiday. Please, lads, have a word with the saggy tits and her fella, or me and my bird for picking a shit hotel. Nice one, lads. Love the pod. Get on me.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Just move.
There wasn't any seat spare.
None.
No, well, that's what he's like. It was packed.
I'm going to say they didn't pick a shitty hotel. They just, like, those are shitty parents. You know, and also have some backbone. If someone is shitting beside you, when it's done, tell them to clean up their shit.
Yeah, that's what we're having a word with.
It is socially awkward, though. I can imagine that as you're watching it happen, you're like, what? What? And you're looking at your missus like, what? No. And then all of a sudden there's wet wipe in and they're gone. And you're like, ah.
You can't watch more than 3
But it's
seconds.
not a homeless man.
It's the power they've got over you.
From before. But once the child is shitting, what are you going to do? Just be like, stop that midstream.
You tell them to clean it. I would do exactly what Bobby said. If I was this person,
And if they said, no, we're not going to clean it, we're going to walk off, what are you going to do?
I'd have got my bottle or glass or whatever I've got, a napkin, picked up some of the shit out the bin and threw it at the kid.
Yes.
Right, that sounds...
Yeah, now you're going to give the kid weird potty training issues.
Yeah.
And when he's 35, he's going to have to rub shit under his
Like
nose
kids.
to come.
Oh, my God.
And you did that. That's your punishment. That's your punishment for not cleaning up.
I have to say...
Now your kid's fucking weird.
You're about to be part of this, where like
I'm
when you've
gonna
got
be
a
in this
toddler
club.
and you're out.
No, I get it.
And they go, Dad, I need the toilet. You're like, you have to start making decisions.
I get it.
We do bush wheeze way too much. Like, it's just like, I need a wee. And you're like, well, you're not pissing yourself.
Yeah.
So you just have to find near a bush. You have to I have to stand over like fucking Floyd Mayweather's bodyguard as she just has a little pee by a bush. But a shit is a different pot. You don't just they're animals. I'm on there. So fucking animals. Oh, he needs a shit. The toilet's 15 meters away, you lazy cunt. You lift your child over a bin, laughing. They're animals. If this is true, fuck, it's on them. It's dirty.
I think there's a balance here. Yeah, they are dirty, horrible, dirty bastards. The hotel taking that long, disgusting, bad customer service. The person who wrote this in is a shit house. Ironically.
The Dominican Republic, isn't it posh? Isn't it like I know it's a fucking poor country, but the resort surely.
I think they're
No, it can't be cheap hotel in. It's not an easy cheap holiday, is it?
Depends where they live. Maybe they're from
Florida to the
Republic.
Dominican. You know, it's not that far.
Oh, they're American.
Yeah.
Most of the people I'd say who go to the Dominican are American or Canadian.
Yeah. So it's wealthy people from here and scum from there.
Yeah. It's a cheap,
right, like
it's a
it.
cheap
What
holiday.
a weird
over
mix
there.
that must be over the breakfast.
Oh, we've spent some money and we're in the Dominican. Woo!
we?
We're in a cheaper country.
Yeah.
I'm still pissed off about that Ishan Ekbar episode. This has been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Robert.
I'm going to say something I've never said before. Worth the train to run corn. I don't think anyone's ever
It's a
said.
rare thing to say.
Yeah.
Where can people find you and your work on the internet?
Well, I'm going on a tour, a stand-up comedy tour, in the spring, starting in March. And if you want to come and see me do that, you can get tickets on my website at bobbymair.net.
So that's BOBBYMAIR.net.
And if you don't want to buy tickets, but you would like to follow what I do, you can just find me on any social media platform.
And Bobby is a fucking amazing stand-up, like a comic.
That's very kind.
If you haven't seen him do his thing, go and find it. It's so original, funny. It's brilliant. I love watching your work, and I'm chuffed you were on, man.
Really appreciate it.
So that's us for this week. We have got some big things coming up. First of all, there's still loads of merch at haveawordpod.com. And secondly, you can still get early access to these episodes and an extra episode a week and all the back catalogue of Patreon specials at patreon.com/haveawordpod. But in December...
Oh, hang on. You're jumping the... We've got a special coming out before then.
Oh, yeah?
We've got next week. I'm doing my last ever Beat the Frog. We're recording it. We're going to put it partly as like behind the scenes. We're going to do the live show. We're going to edit it down to a Patreon special. That will be out on Monday, the
22nd.
In and around then of November. So basically, if you're a pube, if you're not one of our patrons, and you're like, is this Patreon any good? We've got nearly 7,000 patrons. You don't get 7,000 people paying for content if it's not good, but we have just literally put the Patreon gear up a notch, and we are going to be knocking out a special now every month, and the first of them comes next week. It's the last ever Beat the Frog, and it'll be out next Monday if you're watching this publicly. Get on the Patreon, patreon.com/haveawordpod, and then at the start of December, we have another Patreon special coming out because we are going to try and get Christmas number one.
We are going to try and get Christmas number one. We spent a day earlier this week in the Motor Museum Music Studio, which is where the Arctic Monkeys recorded whatever people say I am. That's what I'm not. And where Oasis wrote and recorded Supersonic with our very talented in-house musician Finn with his original song, Lord Has Gone. We are releasing it Christmas week. It's going to come out the week before Christmas, and we are aiming to get the Christmas number. We're up against Adele, and you know that bitch can sing, so we're going to need your help. We're going to need people to be buying this, pre-ordering it. Plenty of details coming soon. Keep an eye out on all our social media and on the episodes in the coming weeks for the details of that.
And the full documentary will be on Patreon the week before we release the Christmas single.
And there's a music video that's coming as well. We're going to do a big push for this. We're doing it for charity. We're going to split the charity funds raised. 100% of the profits from this thing are going to charity. There's a charity in Liverpool called Zoe's Place, which is a baby's hospice, and a Patreon of ours got in touch because we said on the Patreon episode this week that we're going to give it to Zoe's Place. There's also another charity that has affected their family member, so we've decided we're going to split it between those two charities. They're the two charities we're doing it for. We're really excited about this. We're going to raise quite a lot of money for two unbelievable causes.
And my missus is really happy that her name is in a potential Christmas number one. She's dead chuffed.
Christmas number one. That's what we'll come on for.
I mean, Christmas number... It's going to be interesting to see what that number is.
I'll be fucking fuming if we're 2 or below. There's enough of you who listen.
We've say it on Radio 1.
We've done the maths. We know how many of you listen. We know it's more than feasible for us to get Christmas number one. Don't let us down.
This is what we're doing with our lives, Bobby.
This is great. I mean, Adele's so sad. Her song is just going to be like, life is horrible.
Mine's about my wife leaving me.
Yeah, but
in a positive way.
But Adele having a breakup is sad. You being left is funny.
Yes.
Because your pain is funny.
And at the end of November, tickets and live stream pay-per-views will go on sale for the live show in Liverpool on Sunday, the 19th of December. Same as last year. We'll sell the room out to Hot Water Comedy Club. 200 tickets. I will imagine they will go immediately on Patreon. They literally will. And then from there, it will be available on pay-per-view. That will never be uploaded to Patreon. It'll never be uploaded publicly. If you want to be at our live shows, you've got to be in the room. But once a year, we do these big ones where we put it on pay-per-view, and that's your option to see it. Sunday the 19th of December. Tickets go on sale the end of November.
We are busy little cunts.
We're fucking busy. And soon we're going to be the new James Bond / Luther.
Oh, awful.
Get on me. I'm a tiger. Me gun.